Yo, we are live. Welcome, greetings, and more greetings and salutations. Hope everybody is well out there, enjoying your weekend. Colorado, they have a lot of news out of Boulder. Some coaches are leaving as we expected, and some players are leaving. I just don't know how many are leaving. So I'm just sitting here looking at some of these names in the transfer portal to see who they could possibly be going after here. And I had said before, this off season compared to last off season is a little different. Coach Prime and the rest of his team, they have a lot of time to prepare now. They didn't have much time to prepare the last time because he was finishing up some things at Jackson State. And by the time he got his coaching staff assembled, the transfer portal had already opened because we know that the transfer portal is getting ready to open. So, but last year, everything was just, you know, being put together, and they were behind in the transfer portal, but they still picked up a lot of decent names in the transfer portal last year, despite not getting a jump start on it because he had to put his coaching staff together. Now that his coaching staff is together, he can hit that transfer portal right now. And there's going to be a lot of competition. This is where the season is made here. The season is made right now. They're going to have to go out and compete with all the other big name schools to try to get these 4 and 5 star recruits. I know this weekend I heard through the wire that they had some transfer recruits in town, and this one transfer recruit, they are competing with Oregon. And so let's see if they have a chance now. And let's see if Oregon comes back to that kid and say, listen, we got more money for you. There's going to be some stiff competition here to get this team where it's supposed to be, right? Because we lost some players, right? We got some players that we have to replace. I'm not talking about the players that are leaving the transfer portal. I'm talking about the players that are graduating. They're done. We got to replace them as well. You got to refine a replacement for Jordan Dominic. He's leaving, headed to the NFL. And I want to talk about some things that I learned about the NFL. And I've learned some things. I've been watching a player. He used to play for Notre Dame. I remember when he played for Notre Dame, and he's been in the NFL for about 7 years now. And he was just talking about ways to make money and stuff like that in the NFL. I thought it was interesting because I never really studied that before. I do know that how they get paid, the pay structure. I do know that because a friend of mine, one of her friends used to work for the well, they don't, what is it? Not the Redskins anymore, the Washington Commanders. He used to work in that organization. Then I had another friend I went to high school with. He worked for the Dolphins organization. And then I had another friend that was a personal trainer in the Dolphins organization. So I definitely know how the pay scale works just from listening to them. The players only get paid during the season. And but we'll get into that later because I wanted to talk about some players that that I think is going to get drafted. We have Xavier Weaver. Definitely, he's definitely going to make an NFL squad. And so I can't wait for that. I can't wait for draft day, for those couple days in the draft to see where he's going to go. But yeah, so let's get to the news real quick, and I'm gonna have some people on the panel, and I'm gonna look at this here transfer portal to see. Mainly, I had filtered it to the offensive tackles and the guards and stuff like that for right now. And there's some people in that transfer portal that I'm pretty sure they're going after. Now, I had made a couple videos. Somebody had made a comment saying that, I don't know why people think I'm a hater. I don't know if it's people can't comprehend, because we live in a society where people attention spans are low. But I don't want to this is none of you here that I'm directing it to. It's just one person. Some people attention spans are low. I'm not hating on this team. I'm just being real here. Here's the deal, and I'm being 100% real. Okay. When Coach Prime came in and there was a massive roster overhaul, okay, you're filtering out. I remember he said to the team, he said, you guys went 1-11. They fired the coaches. Who you think they're going to get rid of next? He said this. It was a massive overhaul. They won 4 games. It didn't work. It did not work. Okay. There's a lot of reasons why it did not work, and I'm going to go into that, why it did not work. The season was not a complete failure, but it wasn't an A+. And that's just me just giving it just like that. I'm not sugarcoating it here. They won 1 game in the Pac-12. And so the plan didn't work. And one of the reasons why the plan didn't work, because they were massively behind. When he took over, usually when coaches go to another job, sometimes they leave right away. But he didn't do that. He stayed at Jackson State and finished up what he started, right? They went to the bowl game. He got his team prepared and went to the bowl game and stuff like that. And then he came back full time at Colorado and he got his staff together and things like that. So they were massively behind in this than the other schools in the transfer portal. So that was one reason. There was many factors here on why they had the season they had, and it's not all on the offensive lineman. I actually studied this team throughout the whole season, and I know it wasn't completely on the offensive line. And I got some friends that used to play Power 5 football, and they told me it wasn't the offensive line. It wasn't completely the offensive line. And I said, what do you mean by that? Like, why is it wasn't complete the offensive line? He said they had a record number of passes. A record number of passes. And we even talked about it here on the live show, and they agreed. They said if you cut those pass attempts down, they would be on par with Alabama as far as sacks. A lot of it had to do with the play calling. A lot of it had to do with they didn't have that much time to gel together. A lot of factors played into this. So when I'm seeing a lot of comments, I made a video on Big Tank. Some of the people saying, oh, he gave up 25 sacks. No, he did not. No, he did not give up 25 sacks. The team gave up 25 sacks. This is not an individual thing. This is the ultimate team sport. I say soccer is the ultimate team sport, but we got a lot of individuals too, but I'd say soccer is the ultimate team sport, actually, because that ball have to go through the pitch by more than one person. One person, yeah, there's been a few times where there's been players that brought it up the pitch, but you need a whole collective team together to get that ball past the goalie or past the keeper. But that's the ultimate team sport for me. That's the world sport, actually. But this right here is the ultimate team sport as well. It's not going to work featuring just one person or 1 or 2 or 3 people. That's not going to work. You're not going to win like that. Not at this level. And I was told that. There's a lot more going to it. And but everybody got their opinion on it. That's fine. But don't sit here and call me no hater. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sugarcoating anything. He has a lot of work to do. This team has a lot, like the recruiters. The recruiters have a lot of work to do. And if they don't get anything above A+, they are getting ready. They getting ready going for a long ride. They're gonna need players to come in. This is the players they need to come in right now in the trenches. They need players to come in that can start immediately. Okay, not no players that come in and got to work for their jersey number or have to say, oh, you got to work and we'll see if you start. No, there's no question that they're starting. They need those type of players. And those players are rare in the transfer portal. They're rare because a lot of them are good where they're at. There's a lot of these players. You know where a lot of these players at? Notre Dame. Notre Dame. It's a lot of them on that line. Just pick one. They got a player right now from Notre Dame is going to be the first offensive tackle taken in the draft. Number one. Even though he's going to the draft. But his backup can start on any team in the country. Any team in the country. He's not leaving Notre Dame. Okay? He's not leaving Notre Dame. They got one at Michigan. I think he's a sophomore. He's not leaving. He's not in the transfer portal because I was looking for him. But maybe some more names will be added Monday. So we're going to see. But it's going to be very rare for these stars to leave unless you pay them millions of dollars. Okay, so they're going to have their work cut out for them. So, but can they find these caliber players like in JUCO and in the transfer portal? Yes, they can. But it's going to be a gamble. It's going to be a gamble. You got to get players that are proven already. If they can get those players, then they're good to go. Add it on to what they already have. Okay, they have to develop what they already have. They don't have time for that. Remember, they want to win now. Let me tell you something, man. If I was a coach, right? And first of all, I see how big Tank is. Okay, you can't teach size, but you can teach technique. I'm like, listen, I need to send you to a camp in the off season, not just any old camp. I need to go send you to the Pouncey twins. I will literally call them up. Marquise Pouncey. Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Max. How you doing? I need you to work out with one of my offensive linemen. I think there's some hope there. He's big. I think he just need a few techniques. I need you to work with the center too, because one of them plays center and the other one, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I need you to work with them and give them the technique because maybe they're just missing something. And what if he worked with them and got the technique? That man is a future, he's a future draft pick. There's no way. He's too big. And I'm gonna tell you something. He was a team player. Every time somebody scored a touchdown, he lifted them up. Every time. That's somebody you keep on the team, man. That's somebody you keep on the team. And every time somebody scored a touchdown, he was the one there to lift them up. No matter what. That was his thing. And that was a huge blow that he left. But I don't know the particulars in the locker room. Maybe there was a fallout. I'm not sure. But trust me, he's just a technique away. I even a friend of mine told me that they played Power 5 football. He was like, dude, he need to go call up some NFL guys. They would love to work with him. Van Wells as well. He will get picked up somewhere. I just don't know where he's going. Somebody said in the comments, well, he can't block. Well, he blocked his freshman year. He didn't give up that many sacks his freshman year. Go check. So what happened this year? Something went wrong here. And the coaches are never gonna tell you what went wrong. Something went wrong. Something went massively wrong this year. They didn't give up that many sacks last year. Was it the play calling? What was it? We need to pass. If you're gonna keep pass, they're gonna throw the house at you. They can't block everybody. Has he gotten beat on a few plays? Of course he has. He's gotten beat on a few plays. Tank did as well. But that doesn't mean he's garbage. That means he needs to be developed. You know how you get a line like Notre Dame? You have to develop them. That's how you get that line. And this team just doesn't have the time to develop a line. You know, they don't have the time. They want to go out and buy a line, which they can go out and buy a line, but I think it's just going to be rather difficult. And they're facing a steep battle right now. I know they're saying that they have a plan. Well, I hope the plan works, because if the plan don't, let me tell you something. And I had said this. I said that if they don't win 7 to 8 games next year, it is going to be a complete disaster. The pressure is on now for him to win. It's on. We're in year 2. You said you got a plan. It's on now. It's on. I hope the plan worked, because I would like to see this team at least get to a bowl game, which I think they could. I was looking at their schedule. I think the first the first game of their schedule should be a blowout. They should blow that team out, but their schedule is a little bit easier, lighter than it was the first year. So they did have a hard schedule. And but they said they got a plan. And here's another thing I said some people might not have liked. Don't believe you're going to win. You got to know you're going to win. Now, the believing is out the door now. You have to know you're going to win now. Okay, all the players are leaving. Remember, everybody's blaming the offensive line. So the offensive line is one by one. They're leaving. Okay, they're leaving. So now bring in who you want to bring in. And you're supposed to know that you're getting to a bowl game. Ain't no believing. You're supposed to know. And there ain't no, I believe we're going to know. I know we're going to get to a bowl game. That's what it's supposed to be saying right now. I know this. I know for a fact we're going to a bowl game. We got the best quarterback in the country. Okay. We got the best quarterback in the country. They think they got the best quarterback in the country. We got a hell of a running back. He's going to be back better than ever. And I hope y'all run the ball this time. So it shouldn't be no problems. It shouldn't be no problems, right? So you guys you got to go to a bowl game. I'm talking about nothing less than 8 wins is not acceptable. That's what I'm saying right there. How about that? You know what I mean? You got to be bowl eligible now. Somebody even told me Ralphie hit the transfer portal. Like, what the hell is going on? That was hilarious. Come on, y'all. Ralphie didn't hit the transfer portal. They said she tired. They said she going to the transfer portal, man. But here's the thing. I want to say this. The reason why there's so much news coverage on Colorado's transfer portal, we already went over this. It's because Coach Prime. You know how many players are in other teams hitting the transfer portal? Oregon, Washington State. We got Washington State. Is it Washington State? Yeah, Washington State quarterback is hitting the transfer portal. He getting ready to make millions of dollars. Cam Ward. Okay, you got other teams here in the players, a bunch of players entering the transfer portal. Michigan State, they lost their coach. No one's talking about that. They're talking about Prime, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they're talking about him. It's when he addressed that team for the first time. Some people that didn't like when he did that. And I had said it from the beginning. I'm not just saying it now. I can go back to my video when he said it. I said, this ain't going to go over well. This ain't going to go over well, man. Some of them kids' family got money, yo. This ain't going to go over well. And that's why they're giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? Some of these parents felt slighted. And he came in, he said, you guys, there's a complacency for losing here. And I'm here to change that. And he said, what do you think they got rid of the coaches? What do you think they're getting ready to get rid of? And a lot of people didn't like how he talked to them kids. Now, me personally, that's the real life, right? Sometime when you go into an organization, it's all about what have you done for me lately? That's how it is in the real world. So these kids got a taste of the real world, but it was done on camera and everybody saw it. And everybody didn't like it. So he has to deliver. He said there was a complacency for losing here. So he has to win this year. The year 1, okay, fine. Year 2, he has to get to a bowl game, period. This is why they're giving it to him. I knew it was coming back because they keep bringing up the Louis luggage. They keep bringing it up. And if you see this article after article after article, listen, I can lose my voice talking about all these articles. Every day there's an article, right? Every day there's an article. It's because it's Coach Prime. That's why. That's why. Because other schools, They may not have had a massive roster overhaul. I mean, USC came close because Lincoln Riley brought in quite a few players, even, Caleb Williams and stuff from Oklahoma. But he didn't inherit a 1-11 team, right? He inherited USC. So they already had dogs on the team. So the process that it took for him to rebuild, the window was a lot, it was a lot easier for him to rebuild, as opposed to someone coming in and taking a 1-11 team and trying to turn them into a powerhouse. That takes about 3 years, maybe, at least I think, on average. So, but year 2 should be better than year 1. So anything could be better than what he did this year. He won one game in the Pac-12. So if he managed to get to a bowl game, and what is bowl eligible? 6 games. So if he wins 6 games and get to a bowl game, that's a success. And then in year 3, if he win 9 or 10 games, you see what I'm saying? It's a success. So I think by year 3, I don't even know if he's gonna be here by year 3. I'm keep it real with you. I don't know, but we'll see. But if he is here by year 3, things should get even more better. Even though he's not going to have Shador there, he's not going to have Shiloh, but he should have a pretty good quarterback coming in. Or maybe Staub will take over or something like that. I don't know. But you got to develop some players, though, if he's going to stay the long haul. But if he's not going to stay the long haul, then he don't care about developing players. But if he's staying for the long haul, you got to develop. That's my opinion on it, man. Not hating. I'm not hating. I just know they got to go to a bowl game next year, period. Okay? Bowl game. And the keys for them to get to the bowl game is running that ball. Let them not run that ball again next year and see what happens. Remember I said it. You cannot play like that in the Power 5. The defensive line is too damn fast. You can't do it. The window of opportunity is what they tell me. They said, Max, the window of opportunity that a quarterback has to get that ball off is it's like thin. So you got to make a move, or you got to scramble, you got to do something. But to keep it honest, you got to have a running game. I don't even think Michael Penix got touched yesterday, did he? Please, how many sacks did they get off on him? That man was just sitting there. I don't even think he got touched. Did he even break a sweat? That's how good his offensive line is. That's how good the game plan is, the running game. You know what I'm saying? So they got to have that running game. They got Alton McCaskill. Year 1, he was still rehabbing, coming back, rehabbing like that. But this time he's going to come back. He's going to be ready to go. They got to use him. I do not want to see them using him sparingly. I don't want to see it. They got enough running backs there. Dylan Edwards is going to be a sophomore. He had a nice freshman campaign. He's going to be stronger and better than ever. They got McCaskill. I believe Hankerson. Yeah, they got Hankerson. Charlie Offendahl will be back. They got no excuses to have that, to be running that ball. But if they want to sit there and have another air assault, okay, let them do it. And hopefully it worked. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully it worked. But I have to give my opinion like that. I cannot sugarcoat it. That's just not how I am. I have to give it to you like that. Because when we get on the panel right now, everybody gonna have their opinion. So I don't. Oh, another thing, if you want to come on the opinion on the panel, you disagree with me, that's fine too. Just go ahead and talk. So, Mel, with that being said, the people that left, let me just say something about that. Nick Williams, hell of a coach, but it's a big loss. You know why? Not because of the coaching, because of the recruiting. I don't even know if y'all can y'all hear me good? Because of the recruiting. He's one of the premier recruiters in the country, and they lost that. But that's fine, though, because, he's young and coaches move around a lot. So that's not out of the ordinary for a coach to move like this, because eventually I think he's going to be a head coach. So for him to move like that, that's fine. But I heard on the wire that he's supposed to be going to Donovan. Y'all know Donovan McNabb played at Syracuse, right? He played basketball and football there along with Lawrence Moulton back in the day at Syracuse. Rest in peace to Conrad McRae. So he might be going up to Syracuse. So if that's a nice look for him. You see what I'm saying? So that's all plus right there. Because then, they said Warren Sapp is coming in. So Warren Sapp is really all they need, as far as on that to get that line right. So they got Warren Sapp. I believe he's coming. But yeah, Nick Williams, wishing the best of luck. He was a high energy coach, very passionate coach. He looked like he really enjoyed what he did. And so shout out to Nick Williams. Van Wells, he's going to get picked up. He ain't going to be in the transfer portal that long. I know he did have an injury. And I do know that he has 2 years of eligibility left. But he did have an injury in the last game. So hopefully he'll be all right there. But he should be able to get picked up. Van Wells will get picked up. He played as a true freshman at Colorado. He'll get picked up. So I wish him the best of luck. Van Wells. You're not going to never see me dog these players out because I was rocking with them when they was here and I'm going to rock with them when they leave and I'm going to follow them wherever they at. So shout out to Van Wells. Big Tank. He's going to get picked up. He's too big, man. He's going to get picked up somewhere and he's going to learn some more technique. He's going to learn some more technique and he's going to freaking use this as motivation and dominate. And he got 1 year left of eligibility, by the way. So he should be fine. 1 year left of eligibility. And I suspect some more people are leaving. I'm not sure for an offensive line. But I just don't know who's leaving yet. But we're going to see. But if they don't lose that many people, then that's also a plus as well. So we'll see. So if, Caleb Fourier, that he left. I remember his dad played with the Patriots. Christian Fourier played with the Patriots. Won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, by the way. What else? So he's transferring somewhere. So yeah, man, wish him the best, man. It happens, with this whole transfer portal thing now. Players is in and out. 1 minute the players here, then they're gone again. So it happens. So sometimes you need a change in life. Sometimes you just need a change of scenery to get a boost, So wishing the best of luck there. But as far as his transfer portal I'm looking at, they're going to have to get busy. And here's the thing. Who's to assume that everybody want to come to Colorado? Everybody might not want to. So they better hope that the 90% of people that they reach out to want to come there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of options out there. If you're a top offensive lineman, let me just say this: if you're a top offensive lineman, let's say I'm a top offensive lineman from Georgia, right, or Alabama. Let's say Alabama. I'm a top offensive lineman. I'm going to hit the transfer portal. That doesn't mean I'm going to leave. It's just I'm hitting the transfer portal. I'm a starter, right? I'm going to hit the transfer portal. Listen, there's going to be Florida calling me. There's going to be Georgia calling me. There's going to be so many people calling me, offering me a bag. Okay. Then Colorado call. We'd love for you to play here. I'm like, okay, I need some guarantees though. Oh, ain't no guarantees. You gotta have me some guarantees. They gotta be some guarantees, man. I have to guarantee that I'm starting. I am not sitting up here not starting. Because look, if I could start at Georgia, and why can't I start there? So I need to be starting and I need $1 million. I need $2 million. I need a voucher for a condo and I need nice views of Colorado. What else do I need? I need credit for a personal masseuse, a personal trainer. I need everything. So what can y'all do for me? Okay. So they're competing, right? So, I mean, within reason. I'm just going off I'm talking about within reason. So let's say Alabama's like, come back to me like, look, son, I know you're in the transfer portal, but I know you out there fishing for money. You're in the transfer. Listen, how much they offer you? They ain't offering me nothing yet. Listen, we got another 1.5 for you. You know what I'm saying? Courtesy of that. You're a starter. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me talk about that with my family and stuff, right? So then Colorado hit me back. I forget the coach at Colorado that's the main recruiter, because he said the plan is working, right? So he said, yeah, man, we want you to come here. I said, well, Alabama's off me 1.5, additional 1.5. Okay. Can you guys give me more than that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? At least, we got to factor in taxes. So at least give me 1.9 or 1.8, or I'm willing to negotiate. Of course, I'll go to 2 million, but from there, I'm willing to negotiate. Are they willing to do it? And then are they willing to do this multiple times? Multiple times. Because remember, they saying that the defensive trenches need work too. Okay, not just the offensive trenches, the defensive trenches. So you see how it's going to cost a lot of money? It's going to cost a lot of money. That's why Coach Prime said he ready to swipe the credit card. So then, now my next order of business is, what about this starting role here? Am I going to be starting? Am I the starting left tackle? I understand that Big Tank left. I started at Georgia. I started at Alabama. I need to know if I'm starting or not. Well, there's no guarantee on. Okay, well, you can keep your money because I'm not coming in to ride no bench. Okay, I'm a starter. You know what I'm saying? I got Mondays off. Okay, it's gonna be Mondays off, and I'm a starter. Okay. See, I couldn't be nobody pops, man. I'll be the one talking. I'm like, listen, we gonna stay where we at. If you guys can't, and by the way, we need this in writing because I heard what your linebackers coach said. See, I got a really good memory. I remember the linebackers coach said he was giving an interview one time after practice, and he said, I don't know, it ain't me what these kids was promised. They were told one thing when they got here, it's another thing. That ain't on me. No, that's why I need it in writing. So I heard that, and I would play them the interview. I remember he said that. My son needs everything in writing. Okay, this is a business. Now, y'all don't turn it into a business because transfer portal, NIL, boosters is all a business. So they have an uphill battle here because they are competing with established schools that have a huge endowment. Okay. They got a huge endowment in Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. They got money there. The student body, the alumni have money. So they can collectively give these players this money. They're like, oh, we're not losing him to Colorado. Or we're not doing that. They can. That's what it's going to come down to. So they just got to be willing to compete. So this is the season for the what do you call it? The recruiters. This is their season now. This is where they shine. And I think they will be in competition if they're willing to swipe that credit card. They're going to really be in competition out there. And so we're going to see. Now here's the thing. Like, they already have running back, so I don't think they really need to recruit there. They don't really need to recruit there because they got Dylan Edwards, Hankerson, Offrendahl, Alton McCaskill. They really good in that position. I also think they're good in the wide receiver position. Travis played both sides of the ball. I like Miller. Horn is coming back, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to be good, man. But they probably will bring in some more key additions. But if they bring in a 100% complete dog, you know what I'm saying, he wants to start. You know, so that's why you're gonna have to pay me. You know, I'm not coming in to be sitting the bench. I'm not doing that. So, you know, I don't know how y'all work it here, but I'd rather stay where I'm at if I'm gonna sit the bench. So that's the deal. Yeah, I would love to play for Coach Prime. I would love to. But yeah, we need some guarantees over here. And I need to know who else you got coming. Because I want to know if this is a team we're gonna win with. So who else you got coming? You know what I'm saying? So this is only for the rare players that are NFL bound. You know, there's players out there that we know they can't go to the draft this year because they're sophomores, like Travis. He can't go to the draft this year, but next year he's going to the draft. He'd probably be the number one player taken. So we know that. We know certain players that are NFL bound, right? We know this already from every school, right? We know this. Well, I mean, from the schools that we just know. I'm talking about can they get some of those players? Can they get some? Now, those are the players that's going to be having ridiculous demands. You know what I'm saying? Those are the players. That's what I'm talking about. But as far as high school players, yeah, some of them going to have demands too, like that 5-star offensive tackle that's supposed to be going to Oregon. Oh, his parents need to be on that horn demanding. Yeah, they need to be demanding. We need at least 2 million. We need at least 2 million for my son. We need at least 2 million. Okay, we need at least 2 million housing vouchers, nice condo overlooking the city, things like that. He needs a Tesla, one of the Tesla trucks, if you can get it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll be trying to get these demands. So let's see what we got here in this damn transfer portal. Let's see. Now, I'm gonna have to make this a little bigger for y'all so we can enjoy it together. Uh-oh. Okay. I made that too big. I don't need it this big, but let me see how it looks on y'all end. Don't look too looks kind of janky. Let's see. We got to go. What do we need? What do we need to go shopping for? Okay, let's go with offensive tackle for a second. We need him. This is who we need right here. Look, I already got this one right here. Right here. This one right here. We need him. All right, his NIL value is 296K. All right, he's coming from Texas Tech. We need him. So put him on the board. We need him too. Let me see. Joey Wright. No, wait a minute. Let me go down. Who else we need? Actually, I can't filter that by NIL value, huh? Okay, so let's look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kendrell Lewis. Where is he coming from? Louisiana Monroe. He's 6'6", 325. Yeah, put him on the board. Okay. We need him. Put him on the board. Wait, what do you said, will these kids need to work? Will these kids need to work? No, I think they might be ready. You said they also need we got tight ends. You said they also need tight ends. Don't we got oh yeah, we'll look for that in a second. So let's see. Oh, definitely we need him. Jordan. Oh yeah. Yeah, we need this guy right here. We need to go after him. Texas A&M. Yeah, just his name alone right there, he's a dog. Just his name alone. Okay. Rivals got him at 4 stars. ESPN got him at 4. Yeah, we need him. 2020 present. Yeah, we don't even know his age. That's how you know he a dog. He probably older than everybody. He's offensive tackle, 6'5", 300 pounds. High school, Brisbane Rhinos. So he's from Australia. He got to be from Australia. Brisbane. Where is? Yeah. Usually they go to those club teams. Yeah, you know how the it's like. No, wait a minute. I don't. What is this? Queensland, Brisbane. Is that all? What is that? Queensland. Yeah, that's where he's from. All right. Let me go back. Let's see who else we need. All right, we need him too. Well, let me see. I'm telling you, guys, they going for all these people to see what stick. I'm telling you, they are. Well, this one it seemed like he already is either going to TCU or Purdue, San Diego State. That's what Lewis is going. Okay, we need him too. Mitchell Mays, 6'3" and a half, 305 pounds from Clemson. Indiana. Eli Fields. Eli Fields seemed like, I don't know, he got the look like he ready to go. I just don't know. I can't tell you. He just looked like he ready to go. Wes Dorsey, 6'6", 315. Western Kentucky. He looked like he a dog too. Yeah, this one right here, James Middleton. 6'5", 310. Now we definitely got to go for Sterling Porcher. Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, we need Sterling Porcher. But it looks like he got some offers already. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is hard, man. Even it's making me like give up just looking at it. So that's what the recruiters are for. I'm not a recruiter. So they should be good. Now the top quarterback should be, what's his name? There you go. They go Cam Ward. Look at this. Cam about to get paid. Yes, sir. Cam about to get paid. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? He said, I'm a junior. He probably got 2 years left of eligibility. He got a 4-star rating, 93%. Okay. He is ready to go. He getting ready to get picked up by somebody. Oh, he's committed? Oh, no, that's when he committed before. Never mind. But yeah, he ready to go. So let me see here before. Matter of fact, let me drop the link now. See if anybody want to come up give their opinion here. I am all ears because I know y'all tired of listening to me. So let's spam it and get y'all up in here if y'all want to come. I'm just looking at this transfer pros. What else we need? You said a tight end? I thought we got Mikey, but let's see. All right, here we go. We got one right here. His name is Jude Wolf from Southern Cal, USC. There you go. There's your tight end. There's your tight end right there. He's 6'5", 250. All right. Look, it ain't take me that long to find them. There y'all go. See, I can help them too. It ain't take me that long. We don't found the tight end to help Mikey out. Hold on one second. Let's see who's trying to come up in here. Hold on one sec. They don't have give me 1 second, CC. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I got to put my picture up just in case. I'm not saying you're a troll, but I got Moon before. So hold on 1 second. Yes, Cece, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just had to be.
Oh, that's all right.
You got the floor.
Well, I'm a girl, of course, but I'm this is really interesting to me because I never watched college football before and I barely watched the NFL. And do you think they're going to be able to get the protection for Shador or whoever through this portal?
Yeah, they should be able to because last year they were kind of, everything was new. Coach Prime came in. He had to, everything was just kind of new. He was trying to see who's leaving, um now they got to jump on this transfer portal thing, and we'll see. We definitely will see. I like to see people develop, but he wants to win now. So if he wants to win now, there's a lot of things that he got to do in recruiting. But yeah, he definitely can get the help. He's gonna find some offensive linemen.
Did you see the new article, like the advertisement for Ford that just came out in the past couple hours, I think, talking
Yeah, I
about
saw it.
NIL? Oh, yeah. Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, I saw Kermani McLean in the Kermani McLean was in the commercial.
I saw that. That's more interesting. And then Prime being down there in Dallas, I believe, was it Dallas with the Cowboys manager or owner or something like that?
Jerry Jones, yes.
Yes. So for Shador to be there, people are saying that they just may push to go to the NFL this coming year. What do you think? Like he and Shiloh.
Well, his he's projected to go in the first round, but he's projected to actually they got Shador going the second round now. If he was to lead this year, they actually have or the late first round because he got injured and stuff. So I think he's coming back because he had an injury and stuff. So he need time to work that out in the off season and get himself together. So he definitely come back for his senior season. I think so.
I didn't even know he was injured. I just found out. And I went through that whole last game and had no idea until
Yeah,
the last second.
yeah. They said that his back. Yeah, he had like a small fracture.
Yeah, because I look at a lot of the YouTube, articles and things, and then it was like 20 of them all poured out, like during the game and
Right.
then after. I wonder if that was being held back some kind of way.
It could have, but I know they said he was doubtful for the game. Well, he was probable. Then they said he was doubtful, and then they said he was out of the game. And then it was revealed that he had a fracture in his back. So he needs time to recuperate and rest. And I would say rest in all season, work out, then come back, have a good senior campaign. And then he's off to the draft. I don't think he's leaving now. If he did leave, he would get drafted, but it'll be late. And he can make more guaranteed money next year if he stay.
I've never heard of anyone having a back injury. Have you? Like that at all?
Yeah, it happens in football.
It does. I've never heard of that. And then could he have been playing injured in his back the past couple games? This might be old news, old
Possibly, yeah.
questions.
Possibly
That's what I was
because
thinking.
he was laboring in the past couple games. He was laboring. And one game he was crying. So yeah, he could have injured it then. I don't know.
I researched that kind of injury and it could really do permanent damage, like to
Yes.
the vertebrae, I guess it's called. And that is just so sad. I guess as a female, maybe I have more emotions, right? And I don't know these people. I've never met them, but your heart has to go out that if this guy was playing injured in his back, that's so dangerous. And it the research that I did was that you can do permanent damage to your back.
Right. Yeah, once you get a back injury, it's trust me, I know. And I could not see him playing that way. So he gonna have to definitely recuperate and yeah, no NFL this year. He has to
Like chill
recuperate.
out, right?
Yeah, chill
Chill
out.
out.
Yep, definitely chill out. And then when he gets healthy, then he's back working out and like that. And hopefully, they will put a scheme together to protect him better. So he should be all right. Because he's like what you call a old school pocket quarterback. He can run if he needs to, but he likes to stay in the pocket and go through his progressions and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that when he just pulled out and ran and got the touchdown, I believe.
Yeah,
Was that the last game? Not the absolute last game, but the one before that. And I
right.
forget were they playing Washington when he did that?
Believe.
Um
Oh no, I believe no Washington. He didn't play. No, he didn't play in Utah game. I mean, it was in Washington, I believe. Yes.
yes, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's football is a tough sport. Look at Cam Rising from Utah. He got injured. He was out for the season. He's coming back again, but yeah, you one hit away from permanent damage. That's just the chance they take. They're like our modern day gladiators.
My uncle played in high school and he ended up in a body cast,
Oh yeah,
literally.
I believe it.
And then my grandnephew, right? He was playing for the same school or in the same school system, and he got tackled really hard, and it it blew both his ankles, and then he couldn't play anymore. He just decided not to play anymore. And I told him, "Hey, calcium, magnesium, zinc. I don't know what the doctors are saying to you, but it just seems like you just don't know because there's generations of players in that area." And I was
Right.
like, are we being targeted? I mean, that's kind of a, paranoid thing to say, but it's like our family has endured these heavy duty hits. And I was starting to think, are we being targeted? I don't know, but that's just a side issue
You
to
mean
what your topic.
targeted to play football?
Yeah, like when we do present a child to enter the system to play football, it
Yeah.
seems like we're getting injured. And it happened at the same high school, okay? The same location. My uncle was
Okay.
hit hard. My grandnephew was hit hard. You
Mm.
never know. You just never know
Well,
because they're talking
football.
about this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, see, that's football. It's hard hitting in football. Everybody get hit hard. Like I played offensive line for a while, and just imagine every play is a car wreck. That's how I can explain it. It's a car wreck, and you trying to force your will on another human being. You're
I was
trying to
wondering how
forcibly.
awful it could be because I was wondering if the O line was just like, I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing it. I might do it this time, but the next time we line up, I'm not. I'm just going to move out the way. I was just wondering how hard they get hit.
Yeah, well, they're built for it though. Like offensive linemen, they're a different breed. They always say football is a big man sport. It's go. Trust me, it goes down in the trenches. It's like every play is a car wreck. You're trying to force your will on another human being and move him out the way, or do what you need to do to him, or get under his pads and move him. And you're forcibly hitting that person's chest or arm, or you got different techniques to stop your man and stuff. Different techniques like that, and you learn it in Pop Warner. It starts in Pop Warner all the way up,
Wow.
and and in the camps you go to, you learn your technique, the fundamentals and stuff, and then by the time you get to high school, you learn a little bit more. You grow and mature, then now you're off to college.
My grandnephew, he started in Pop Warner, right? And then I don't think my uncle had Pop Warner because he was overseas. And I don't know if they played football on like the army bases and stuff.
They do.
So he could learn. They do. So he might have had some experience. My uncle being, he might have had experience overseas, hopefully. And I don't know if he didn't, that might have led to the body cast, if you know what I mean. But then he went on to state, like Cal State, and
Mhm.
I just saw pictures of him, and he was huge. I mean, he bulked up and everything
Yep.
for football in college, and I never saw a picture of him until just lately. And I didn't even know my uncle was looking like that because he was away, he was away from home.
Yeah, they have a whole program, a eating program and weights.
But
All you do.
why is Coach Prime's guys looking kind of on the low end of weight? Because he built up that kitchen and everything, but people were still saying that like Travis was small, and the guys weren't bulking up. It looked like to me, I don't know.
Travis is, he just finished his sophomore campaign, so he's still young. So he is maturing into,
Okay.
he'll probably bulk up a little bit more. Sauce Gardner is not that big either. It's just genetics. He's not that big either, but he's strong. So he'll get stronger and stuff like that. I couldn't be in that kitchen because I'd be like 500 pounds if I was in that kitchen.
The food is just phenomenal. I was watching, and yeah, I just wondered, like, because I have an in-law that played for the Broncos, right?
Hmm.
And I saw him go from high school, and I didn't see him in college. But when I saw him at an NFL game, his throat was like
Right.
super wide, and he had put on so much weight, right?
Yeah.
So I missed the college image of him, right? And then,
Looking like
wow.
TKO spikes, huh?
I was like, what happened? And all his friends too, right? Because his best friend played with him on the Broncos. And I went to a family game, and it was well, I went to sit in the family section rather when they played the Chargers, and it was just surreal. It was surreal because I had gone to all my high school games because I was in marching band, but I never learned the ins and outs of football. Typical girl, but now because of Coach Prime, I think it's because I grabbed on a lot of their shows from their
Right.
reality show, and then I
Right.
just really fell in love with them. Like that, they're funny, they're just hilarious,
Right.
and then it really made me. I mean, you won't even believe I'm like trying to go find a TV because I don't subscribe to cable. So I'm going to families' houses trying to see the game, right? I'm on the bootleg trying to see the game every week.
Right.
And it's amazing. It's amazing to see the ins and outs of what the programs are, and how this money thing is working, and they're showing you a little bit of it. And I think
See, that's
that's
the
for people who
beautiful
know
thing of
nothing.
it. That's the
Um,
beautiful thing of it. They allow you in just a little bit so you could feel like you're a part of the process. That's why people are tuned in the way they are because the way his son walk around with the camera. It's in first person. It feels like you're there. And it doesn't stop in the off season. It's continuous. So this is why it's
oh,
working.
Bucky's still going? Is
Yeah,
he
he's
still?
still
Because
going.
I've been watching a little bit.
He just posted his birthday party.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay, I saw the dad's wishes for him, but I didn't see the actual party yet.
Right.
So,
Yeah, so he don't really take no time off. So this is continuous, and then they get ready to have the Prime special come out on Amazon Prime, so you get to see what happened in the behind the scenes of the season. So that's what that's why all the attention is on them. It's working. Whatever they're doing is working, and the coverage next year is going to be the same. They're going to sell out stadiums next year. um that's not going to be a failure. They're going to sell out the stadiums. Ticket sales are going to be high. Merchant sales are going to go through the roof. That's not a fail. They get an A+ on that. That's not a
did you
fail.
see how some of the JSU players are going into the portal?
Yeah, so maybe he might be looking at some.
Maybe they're going to pull some linemen from over there.
Yeah,
I think I saw. Was there one that went in? I'm not quite sure. I saw that.
yeah, it's possible. if there's a need, if they feel like they can fill, because they need some depth. They got to add depth to their position, especially those trenches. They got to add a certain amount of depth to those trenches. So yeah, they gonna be looking around. Definitely are. He said he's not hard to find. If you a dog, let's go.
I
Let me tell
can't.
you something. This is what he's
Okay.
looking for. He's looking for somebody that's 100% dedicated. He's looking for somebody that's a complete dog. I'm ready to get in there and look at the film. I'm ready to get in that weight room. I'm just ready to go. That's what he's looking for. Okay. He's looking for that. He's looking for some warriors. So, and he gonna get some. He gonna get some. He has something up his sleeve though. That's why I'm just gonna sit back and just wait. Because he got something, because something is going on.
Well, that play that they put forth, right, with the secondary quarterback, right, and he
Right.
threw to the side, and then they threw the ball again, and I think they warned that they had a surprise, and they did that. And I was looking through the whole last
Yeah,
game
that was
looking for
nice.
the surprise,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, they just did that. They just got a touchdown because they threw to the side
Yeah.
to another person. And I forget who that was. Was that Travis or Edwards? Who was it that the quarterback threw to?
Jimmy Horn. And then Jimmy Horn threw to
Hmm.
Dylan Edwards.
Oh, wow. Aren't those kind of the little guys?
Hey man, they get it done.
They got it done,
They
right?
got it
Look
done.
at that. I thought it would be Travis like stepping into quarterback or something crazy. I was
Travis can do
thinking,
it too. He can throw the ball too.
and I saw that in the practice. He's
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
It ain't nothing that he
So,
probably can't do on that field except for being in trenches. I remember
right?
one time he said he ready to be tight end. He need to get back in the game. This was during practice one time. But yeah, he could do it all on the field.
I mean, for him to just steadily catch with one hand.
Yeah,
See,
he's a generational talent.
hmm
He's what you call a generational talent. He's a one of one. You're not going to see too many Travises like that. He's a generational. His talent comes once in a while. You'll see somebody come around and defy the laws or the rules. He's one of them.
do you think when he ran down the side that he touched the line?
No, he tiptoed it. He got it. Yeah, he
He
was
got
in.
he was cleared, right? He was clear.
It was clear, but it didn't look like it. But it was. I don't know. I thought it was good. Yeah, and also the catch was good too. But the ref just not used to seeing something like that, I guess.
Because I slowed it down and I looked at it. And when they're on the field like that in a live game, I'm sure they can't just be standing there forever analyzing that. So they had to just make a quick call, But it looked like he did not touch the line at all.
No, he's amazing. Yeah, he comes around once in every blue moon. You have somebody like him come around. So he's definitely entering the draft next year. Definitely.
Oh, you think that he's going to go in
Oh,
like
no
next year
question.
and not come back?
No question. After next, no, not next year.
Oh,
What
25.
2025?
25. Mm.
Yeah, he's going into the draft. No question. He's number one. If he stay healthy, he's number one. No question. So
Why do you think Shadur just got hit so much? What is your synopsis? I'm sure you already gave it. You know,
yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things. A couple of my friends played football. They were telling me, they said his pass attempts, his pass attempts was up there. It was like the highest in the nation. But if he had the same pass attempts of the Alabama quarterback, the sacks would have been the same. A lot of people don't talk about that statistic, but he think that the sacks would have been the same. And they didn't run the ball like they really supposed to. In that TCU game, they had a really balanced attack in that TCU game. They were throwing a lot of short passes. They threw to Dylan Edwards in the flat. He ran one home. Um, it was just everything
it
just
wasn't
worked.
an amazing game. That was an amazing game.
Now, the dude, is the offensive line to blame for some of it? Of course. I mean, yeah, the plays are there where they let the defender go by, but for the most part, they kept the same unit on the field. They didn't really interchange out at all to give them a break at all. So it's a combination of everything. So
Right. I was just wondering that the other day, just a couple days ago. Why didn't they not like switch people in and out?
they
Because that would
they
have given
did, but
a lot of different positions a break.
yeah, they did, but they kind of just went with that with their unit, you know. And like I said, they record amount of passing attempts. I think even Deion Sanders Jr. said it. He said after I forget what game it was, he said all the rest of the teams they adjusted. They knew where the weakness were. They just threw the blitz at them. The offensive line is not going to cover everybody on that blitz. Um,
But
so it's
then
a combination
they
of a lot
were
of things why he got hit.
they were coming up against bigger and better teams as the season went on, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure the offensive linemen were like, God, we're not going to get beat up like this. Because UCLA's line just looked like, I don't even know what. I mean, they were just so huge. I wouldn't want to take those hits either. I mean,
Well, if you offensive lineman, you welcome the hits. You welcome
you
it.
do?
Oh
Really?
yeah, you're a
I've
warrior.
not heard this before.
Oh no, you're a warrior. See, they think differently. These are different type of people. No, no, you welcome the smoke. You welcome the contact.
Even if you get injured.
It don't matter. You putting your body on the line. You know what you signed up for. So but you trying to bring the pain. You hear what I'm saying to you? You trying to bring the
Oh,
pain. Okay, we got we got this type of bull rush coming. Let me get low and hit his ass in the numbers. Let me get low. I see, oh, okay, he got a bull rush coming. I see how he leaning. I see the bull rush coming. So let me just go ahead and get low. You got to get low with it and then hit him between the numbers and hold on. And hopefully you get a pancake like Orlando Pace.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never even
different
heard this
ways,
kind of
it's
talk
different
before.
things, right? It's different things. You line up a certain way, you get your hands on them and you get the whooping on them. That's it. It's legal assault. You get to legally assault people every single week.
Oh my god. The I have a best friend from high school, and man, I don't know what position he played, but he's walking on two new hips. He had to have his
Oh,
hips replaced.
yeah, that's I couldn't imagine people playing at that level and also the NFL level, the toll it takes on your body. Yeah, that's just that's the nature of the game, man. That's the nature of the beast.
And he just played, I don't know if he might have went Pop Warner all the way to junior college. And my junior college, my uncle played for as well. Just got an award for that. And I just can't imagine a lot of those guys. Some of them are not even alive because of predisposition in their
Right.
family for other health issues, but they played ball. And I mean, I kind of went through it with him, talking to him on the phone and being supportive as he's going to the doctor. And they even messed up one of his hip surgeries, had to go back for it again. And he goes, he just had a lot of hits in high school and junior college, especially probably junior college.
Yeah, just imagine if you're an offensive lineman, you got to squat a lot, especially if you're a center. Imagine what that do with your hips and lower extremity, and you're 300 pounds.
Yeah, and he was a big guy in high school, so I don't know what he looked like in junior college, right? Because I really wasn't going to the games and I didn't see him. But he's a
Yeah,
big dude. He's a big guy.
yeah, your body, you give up a lot. Your body, listen, your body is not made to play football. Your body is not naturally. What they're doing is not natural. It's not. Your body is not made to be to play football. Like I said, just think of it as a car wreck every play. Every play. And then believe it or not, your body gets used to that contact. That's why, they go without pads for a while, then they start using pads. they start to get their body acclimated to it. But your body has to get acclimated to it. But it's not normal though. It's not.
I saw that in like their practice at Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And they went to where they're using pads. And then I would imagine natural processes that you start building up
Yeah.
cartilage, you start building up muscle in certain ways because
Right.
you're making certain hits, you're receiving them. And I just I was almost in tears because my friend was talking about, oh yeah, he's going to like water therapy. He's getting ready for these surgeries. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did you do to yourself,
They're
on the
warriors.
field?
They're
Uh
warriors.
huh.
Yeah, they're warriors. They're our modern day gladiators. That's how I like to describe it. Back in the day, they had the Coliseum, right? Or the Coliseo, where the gladiators fight. Well, that was in ancient Rome. But in modern days, we have football. This is our gladiator sport. Yep. The
Insane.
gladiator.
And I mean, I'm a, again, typical lady. And I was wondering what those leg protectors are that they wear with the straps
Oh,
behind their
offensive
leg.
line. Yeah,
Yeah, because
they
I
all
was,
have to wear
people were
those knee
complaining
braces.
about the offensive line, so I'm
Yeah,
looking into it, and I researched, and it took me a while to even find what it is.
they must wear
Like,
them. Yeah, they have to wear them. They have to wear those knee braces because remember, somebody could roll on your leg or whatever the case is. That's just for added protection. Anything, but
crazy.
they have to wear those now. So
I don't even want to ask what happened before they wore those leg braces. What was
well,
happening to guys?
some wore them and some didn't wear them. But a lot of them wore them back in the day, but it wasn't like some wore them, but now they're required to.
Man,
Um,
it's mandatory.
yeah,
Wow.
hmm yeah, it's mandatory, and it's dangerous. I mean, somebody could roll on your leg. That's what happened to Van Wells in the last game. Somebody rolled up on his leg and he went out. Yes, it's a dangerous sport, man. It's dangerous, but yeah, football players are different. So, but anybody else would like to come on? Let me hit the link here for a second. Yeah, I mean it's. I like the sport. You know what I'm saying? Would I recommend? I don't recommend people playing as early as Pot Warner though. I don't recommend that because you're young, and I go to these Pot Warner games. These kids be really going after each other. So I don't recommend you playing football that early. I put the link in there right here. Let me put the link. Actually, yeah, I put the link there. So anybody want to call in. But let's see. Let's see. Jude Wolf. We said we need a tight end, right? There you go. Jude Wolf from USC. What's up, Big Worm?
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Looking at this transfer portal, seeing what's happening. The transfer portal getting ready to open up. And OCC is back. The transfer portal is getting ready to open up, and we about to be in business.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. I've been keeping up with that part, just looking on that since I'm gonna do that in a couple of hours or so. But yeah, man, I kind of excited for the next year. Hope everything come together like as planned. I kind of figured that the coaches moving on because it was said already. They going for better opportunity. He welcome that too. You know what I'm saying?
You,
You gotta
you
understand.
remember, you remember Coach Prime saying that he want everybody to go on to bigger and better things, and that's what's happening. It's happening
Right,
quickly. Hmm
right. That what he understood when he got them coaches together. I quite sure you know how you get interviewed, right? They ask you what is your goal, what is your 5 year plan, or you get what I'm saying. So I'm thinking they already put him up on and say, look, I'm joining you to help. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody else pop up, blase, and I think he supported that as well. He knew he wasn't gonna have them coaches that long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some of the coaches came there to help out, because he just started. Just like Coach Sal Sunseri, he probably came to get him started. You know what I mean? He came to help him out.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but he's an OG in the game. He probably said, what, Prime, I'll come, up there, help you out, get jump started, different things like that. And now Coach Williams, he's young, just like Coach Lewis. Coach Lewis is 37 years old, so he wasn't
Right.
going to stay there that long.
No,
Remember, Coach Ron said this is a team of head coaches. I could see Nick Williams at some point in his career becoming a head coach.
he'll be a damn good one. He got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's why I kind of don't disagree when people say, "Oh, he ain't ready to be a head coach or, you know what I'm saying? Defensive coach." You know what I'm saying? I think anybody ready, they getting the opportunity to do so. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how else they gonna get started?
It
Even
takes
with
a
Coach
while.
Prime,
Yeah,
right? It's gonna take a
he's on
while.
the fast track. Mm-hmm.
Right? Even Coach Prime, it took him a while to understand. He understand football. Don't get me wrong, but how things go on, in college move pretty faster than high school, right? And then even different levels. You know what I'm saying? They move in faster. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good thing, man. I can't wait to see what to come.
Yeah, you get a lot of exposure there. So Coach Williams got a lot of exposure through that camera. But a lot of people in the league, a lot of people around the country, they already know who he is and they already know what he brings to the table with that recruiting. So he's young, but he's on the fast track. He's established. So he go on to his next spot at Syracuse, get a little bit more seasoning, go here, there. Next thing you know, you're gonna see him being a head coach somewhere. Definitely.
Yeah, Coach Williams got a strong resume, man. Just
Yes, he does.
looking where he came from. What is it, Texas A&M? He been to Georgia, right? Then he went to CU. Now he finna go to Syracuse. And
Right.
how strong his resume gonna be when they finally for him to go up on that board being the head coach. It gonna be outstanding, bro.
Right.
Then the top of that resume put that signature on when he joined Coach Prime and them, and they kind of solidified everything, to be honest. I'm quite sure he probably been ready to be head coach then.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just we're gonna see what happens. I know he said Warren Sapp coming in and maybe a few others come in, stuff like that. But the main thing is the recruiting. That's where the recruiters are making their money right now. As of we speak right now, they are making their money right now. They are
I
trying to
agree.
convince that 5-star offensive tackle to sign. But let me tell
And
you
that's how
something.
they,
If that 5-star offensive tackle is signing, he is starting. He looked like a
right,
start.
right. They need to set the tone with him, right?
He don't look
Break
like he
bread
don't
with
want
him,
to play.
so everybody can see that. Yeah, they
Yeah.
break bread with him, so everybody can see that. Say, oh shit, see you over there paying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that'll be the, what I'm saying, just as a strong example. If he's going to set the tone with him, the rest gonna follow. That'll be a strong tone to set.
But is
Hopefully they keep
Tyler
him.
is Tyler Brown coming back?
Oh,
Because I saw
he's
him in
back.
that.
No, Tyler's back.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
no,
him in
he's
that
back.
commercial. He's
Yes,
back.
sir. He's
Wow.
back. He's back. Tyler is back. Yes, indeed. So
But
we
he
got
also
Tyler.
redshirted. He
Hmm.
also redshirted some linemen that he already had. Their freshman linemen, right? So
Yeah, he
we
did.
we can see that he redshirted a lot of them. He probably got them ready anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be like I said, it'd be exciting to see later.
Yeah, he definitely got Tyler Brown. I could see him being one of the guards, or he could be the center. Tyler Brown could be the new center. Because
I
ain't
doubt that
nobody
the
getting past
backup
him.
gonna
I'm
do it.
just telling you.
I, right, that backup gonna do it. They just need to. I think they just need to. You know what I'm saying? Get them guys some more training, develop them. This there.
Yeah,
But
nobody.
why would Shadur hang on to the ball so long? What is the MO about that?
I
It's
don't
gonna take a
know.
long story to explain.
Yeah. We say it again, Big Ron.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be a long time to explain what's going on with that. If you don't
Yeah.
understand football like that. You know what I'm saying?
Him holding on to it. Maybe he's waiting for people to get open, or maybe a play was broken, or somebody ran a wrong route. It could be anything. We don't know. Unless Shador sit down and tell us which he's not gonna do, because he's not gonna give away the weaknesses and the secrets. But unless he sit down and tell us what's going on, we're not gonna know why he held on to it. We don't know, but hopefully next season everything will be good to go. Hopefully the main thing is he got to get healthy though. So, hey Sam, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right, yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm just listening to everybody's opinion. I tend to be quiet a little more. I will say this. I was on another one of these like panels early part of this week, and I even predicted it. I kind of got a little pushback. I said my concern is it's going to be a tsunami or there's going to be a momentum because at the time I forget it was, but somebody had decommitted or something like that. I think like two people had decommitted, and I was concerned about that.
That's normal though.
Yeah, and that's what everybody says, like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And I
Yeah.
said, I don't know, but I have a feeling it's gonna get worse. I have a feeling that whether it's through decommits, or people on the staff, somebody is going to something's gonna happen. We don't see it, and I guess, and then when Nick Williams quit today, I was like, well, maybe that was a feeling that I had. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I will say this: I did Google this out, and on average, a head coach loses three like coordinators and other coaches a season. So
Yeah.
this is not as bad as I'm pretty sure some people will make it out to be. And then I
Yeah. I
will say
mean,
that the good news is everybody's getting promoted. Sean
yeah.
Lewis is getting promoted to a head coach. This guy's getting promoted to a DC. And I guess that other guy, Tim Brewster, I don't know if that's a promotion or a lateral or whatever, but it's a testament to the fact that at least he's hiring the right people. So much so that other people want his people. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, his people were already established though.
Yeah,
Sal
but
Sunseri and all them, he's known in the NFL. He don't help a lot of people. He don't drafted a lot of linemen. Like he's like an OG in the game. Like I think he just came to help. And then you have Warren Sapp that's coming. I mean, you don't get no better than that. Like it's just like for example, like Alabama, like Coach Saban, he got coaches leave all the time for because they have aspirations of being head coaches, different things. So, like you said, people leave all the time. It's part of the game,
yeah,
part of the business.
and speaking of Alabama, obviously roll tide because they won. But
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
yeah, but the interesting thing about the win is Kirby Smart was a coordinator under Nick Saban. So that's a
Right,
test to how good he was,
right.
or how great Nick Saban is. So yeah, I mean I am concerned.
And
I'm
some of
concerned.
them were under the tutelage of Bill Parcells. Like some of the people they learned from was under Bill Parcells back in the day.
I will say
Bill
this.
Belichick was under Bill Parcells.
See, I don't even know who
Yeah.
Bill Parcells
Well, the New
is.
York Giants. Bill
Oh, okay.
Parcells. Oh, you don't know Bill? Okay.
I don't know. But I will say this: I'm a little negative. I am very concerned about the future of the Colorado Buffaloes. Um, if I was Coach Prime, I would be concerned because it's almost like I think that when you finish up on a 8-4 season, I think the morale probably is kind of low. I know if I was a Colorado Buffalo player, my morale would be low right now because I mean they had such an amazing start and then things just went very left. I think that Coach Prime has to really do some introspection about the direction of the team. My concern is he's not I don't know if he is investing in player development. I understand that he wants to win now, but I feel like looking back on all this, it's almost like he was just picking up stuff and throwing everything in the kitchen sink to the wall to see what stuck. And that worked for a while until it didn't. So he's really got to go back to the drawing board and really start to look at the foundation of the team, the direction of the team, the culture of the team, and make sure he's got the right players in place and the right coaching in place. And then he's got to do some looking at himself in terms of how he's approaching it. I mean, outside looking in, people see the biases that he has towards certain players, obviously towards his son Shador, and then potentially how some of these biases have crept into maybe potentially team morale. And we see some of that with like two or three players coming forward and having cryptic tweets about what's going on, and then all of us, kind of like trying to read between the lines. So he's got some issues. I just hope he addresses it off season. But I don't know. I am concerned.
Tim, you
Hello?
there?
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Somebody's
Was
eating something or something.
somebody eating?
Yeah, or something.
As I was watching like a lot of the YouTube videos about, when they would have their team meetings, I
Mhm.
saw some of the morale issues, like some of the like conflict in the air. You could just see it in the
Yes.
team members, like the ones that were sitting way up in the left and the back seemed to be players that were there the year before and they weren't happy. And then maybe weeks and weeks later, NIL was going towards some of, and I mean, I don't want to really say it, but it seemed like it was slightly a racial issue. And that's hard to say because people don't always receive that very well. No, it's not a racial issue. That was part of it. I think that was a part of it because, I mean, you get, an African American coach coming into a very historically vanilla area, a vanilla city, a vanilla state, but you're seeing more coaches of color entering,
Well,
um, college sports.
well, here's the thing you
And
might not know about Colorado. Their past few coaches were African American.
I knew a little bit. I knew the
Yeah,
last one was.
he wasn't the first
So
one.
they were used to it. It wasn't like it was
Yeah,
a freakazoid situation.
no, no, it wasn't a freakazoid situation.
But the history of the state, um, even though there's Native American and there's, even Chinese or Philippine that have been in Colorado, especially like Chinese, but it doesn't have the best history.
Now, what makes
Um,
you think it was a race situation? Like what gives you
because
that?
if I was not mistaken, it just seemed like the upper left part of the, meeting hall for the kids was some vanilla brothers back there and they just didn't
No,
seem
no.
very
Let
happy.
me
Was that
explain.
not?
No, let me explain how the meeting room is set up. The meeting room that you see is broken down according to what position you play. Like if you notice, the quarterbacks sit in the front to the left. Then you have the specialists like the kickers, the punters, and stuff. They sit to the front to the right of Coach Prime, and then you have the defense. The defense sit to the right where it's from the perspective of where Coach Prime is was watching them. To his right,
Yeah.
up in the middle is where the defense are, and then you
Okay.
have the trenches. I mean, excuse me, you have the offensive linemen. They're kind of like to the left to the back. So it's not
Well,
like they're not like sitting like it's like that's not a racial thing. It's just it's broken down according to what position you play.
I understand that part. And sometimes certain cultures go in certain sections, but not as a complete rule. I get that. But it just seemed a little bit like the linemen from the past. I don't know how that team was broken down culturally before. But I didn't know that they had two previous African American coaches. I just learned that they had one, you know, um,
And
but
I
I
had
didn't know
one
it was
before that as
two.
well. They had
They had two before?
yeah, the Michigan State coach that just left.
Yeah, I knew about that. But the
Right.
one before him was also happened to be African American.
The
I'll
one
say it
after.
that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That
Yeah.
that puts a new perspective.
Yeah.
And
And
No, this situation, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a chocolate city, but as
yeah, it's
far
not
as
like it's
the
Chicago or something or
right,
Atlanta.
breaking it down, and I don't know the true racial demographics up there. I haven't looked, but I didn't see it like that. I just saw, you know, Hall of Fame player come in as a coach, and it's his first time in the Power Five. You know, getting his feet wet. That's really all I saw. The only difference is the only pushback that he probably got is when he addressed the team for the first time and how he handled it. A lot of people didn't like that. Um, but that's really it. But that's just how he is. You know, he that's how he talks. We live in a society now where you got to really be careful what you say. People are really sensitive, but I'm from the school of you can't please everybody. Like if you can please everybody, that means you're doing a magic. That means you're doing some type of mystical work.
Right.
But we live in that society now where it's a little bit sensitive. But he's old school with his mentality, so it didn't rub off well a little bit. But other than that, it the amount of attention that he brought to that school as far as the ticket sales, they were waiting for that. They were waiting for some type of excitement up there, and that's what he brought to the table. He brought the ticket sales up. The spring game was sold out. The merch was up. The overall excitement at the tailgating, the energy was up. He brought that there, and only he could do that. So that was a success there. So I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. In society, race always play a factor. I mean, don't get me wrong. It does. I mean, that's just the way this country was built. But I
Can I interject?
don't know. I like to keep it football over here. You know what I mean? Like we could get into stuff like that, but nobody really want to hear. To be honest with you, nobody really want to hear it.
Can I interject a little bit?
We want to sit here and we want to talk X's and O's and what's going to happen with the upcoming season and stuff like that. I think we would keep it like that. Who's speaking?
It's Tim, man. How you doing?
Oh, all right, Tim. How you doing?
Hey, there's a few things, man. I was listening to you talk earlier. Let's go back to the beginning of the when he first introduced himself to the team. Now, no one was paying attention to Colorado before Deion got there, right? And his team was losing and losing and losing. Kids was getting scholarships to go to school free just to lose in the program, getting beat like in 20 something points a game or something like that. So I don't understand why like half of America got mad because the introductory of what he's bringing or was about to bring to the program and what he's looking for. And as you know, he didn't tell them quit kids. I mean, I know he mentioned about jumping portal, but he was just telling them, hey, you can leave if you want to because I have competition coming. And as we all know, half of those guys left or quit on their own and jumped in the portal. He didn't tell everybody to go. He told a few that he said that we know of, but that team was together, and I guess someone took a stance and said we all gonna leave. I guess they were trying. To me, I think they were trying to hurt him or make him look bad. But this guy went out and got 80 new players. So here's where I'm going. It amazes me that a lot of folks wanted this guy to win this season, knowing that our team was small from the get-go. And I'm just wondering, did that play a part of the way he came in, that everybody instantly wanted him to lose? Because he knew, the coaches knew, and even the players knew they weren't big enough to handle a lot of these Power 5 teams, looking at the schedule that is. Because we had the most ranked teams on our schedule than most, right?
It was a hard schedule.
And people thought we was going to come in and beat these guys who've been established for what, 2 to 3 years?
They almost beat some teams. They almost beat USC. They damn sure almost beat some of these teams.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Lost by between 3 and 7 points.
Yeah, they were in the ball game in a lot of these games. The record doesn't really reflect it,
right?
But yeah, they were in the ball game.
Can I say that?
That's impressive. You know what? That's impressive considering. He brought in 80 plus new players or whatever the number is. That's pretty impressive. But you got to go back to the beginning for a second. when he addressed the team, you got to understand, like some of these players, their scholarships was on the line. Their parents were feeling a certain type of way. That's just a human thing. You're not going to feel right if somebody telling your son go ahead and hit the transfer portal. You're not gonna take that well. So I get that, but past all of that, right? So he got started, but he got started late though.
Correct.
You got to understand because he was at Jackson State and they finished the bowl game. Because when he addressed the team, he said, "Look, I got to
I gotta
tie up
go.
some loose ends.
Hmm.
I got to go back to Jackson State, and then I'll be back full time as the coach." So when he got back, the transfer portal, when he finally got his staff together, the transfer portal had already opened up. So he has an advantage this year because he got his staff together and they're hitting this transfer portal hard, and he already let it be known that we gotta swipe the credit card.
Right.
Right.
But
Can I say can I
go
say
ahead.
something very quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what? Coach Prime is not dumb by any far stretch of the
No.
imagination. He did his homework. He was probably looking back 5, 10, 20 years at this team. He was maybe there were people that just threw their sons there because they knew they were going to be able to like play, but
Hmm.
they're going to get this scholarship, even if they don't win,
Right.
right? They probably
Right.
just thought, oh, yeah, I know I can be in there for 4 years and not even give my all and just get this free education and do it on a football scholarship. He was probably had to come in hard like a strong coach, like a strong mayor, strong arm mayor, because maybe people were comfortable, and he's like, nope, we're not doing it the way you guys been doing it. We're going a new route.
Yeah,
And, and
he went a new route.
and that's what my point with these parents and their students, the scholars, that they were getting to play, but they wasn't doing anything. So when you got Prime coming in there with the AD saying, "I'm going to run the program my way," and a lot of parents got mad. They're like, "Okay, my kid's scholarship on the line." Like, now Boulder is a pretty rich little city or whatever the case would be. So I'm not saying all of them lived in Boulder, but I'm saying is if you're able to go to Colorado, you had some kind of money to go there. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
or
definitely
just a
got money
football
there.
scholarship. So, uh,
Yeah, they.
but I want to hit the lineman. I heard you talking about the lineman earlier.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't know you
I
was
want
talking
to hear
about
your take
yeah,
on it. Go
yeah. You were saying the money aspect for a lineman.
Yeah.
I know you spitting some numbers out there, but I don't think Prom is going to be putting up no condos and $2 million and
It's
everything
not
like
up to
that.
him.
Well, if you notice, he's running his program. The AD is not running that program. Now, if he can get those NIL deals from outside sources, which I think Prom is trying to do, but I know Prom is not in charge of, doing NIL deal personally. I understand that part. But I think he's running his program, don't you think?
Well, the boosters coming in, whoever the boosters are, the money they gonna pay the money.
But hasn't he said, hey, if you come in here to get rich, it's not happening. So what you think that meant?
He already no, but he said he got swiped the credit card, so that's neither here nor there. Now he already said it after the final press conference. He said he understand. I got to go shopping.
Right, but he still has to be able to trust those players to come in and do the job, even if the
Right,
boosters giving them money. These guys
right.
can come in and can't block a side of the born. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he's going after certain players. He know exactly who he need. Like I was saying before, he needs players to come in there that there's no question that they're starting. They just straight up dogs. They just straight have that swagger. You know what I'm saying? They got that Jeff Saturday swagger.
Right.
It's a certain type of player. There's levels to it. And that's what he's going after first. So if he can get some of those players, and then, he's also going after some JUCO players. He likes to have experience. So he's going after players in the transfer portal, and then he's going to take a few freshmen as well.
But there's levels to universities, and it's not like it's Colorado State. Like in California, we have Cal State, and then we have University of California, which has more money. The boosters are wealthy. It's not a private institution, but it dang near might as well be. Like we have Cal Poly, and then we have UC, and then we have Cal State. and Cal Poly is like Polytechnic. It's like a lot of technical, but that CU, they're technical and they have like more money going on.
Mm.
So I'm sure if he plays his cards right, he's going to be able to pull that because they wanted that money flow to keep on coming into Boulder, you know, and that's why they even got him, I think, which was a smart move
But they
to
can't
get
use
Coach
they
Pride.
can't use the school money. I'm talking about the boosters. He can go find. Trust me, he got connections all over the
Of
NFL.
course, of
He was
course.
just with Jerry Jones. He gonna get the money. He gonna get the credit card. I mean, these players gonna get paid. But you're not gonna hear about it though. That's one thing we're not gonna hear about. We're not gonna hear about who got paid this and this and that.
Right.
I mean, you will see some NIL evaluations online on three, but that's all you will see. But you're not gonna know the back end money what these players are getting. We're
Is
not
it
gonna know.
required to know that money? Like, it sounds like it's been a private thing for many millennia, right? That kids are getting paid to be on these teams.
Back in the day, it was under the table and it was illegal, but now we don't have to know what they're getting paid. Like I just want to see a good game on Saturday. I don't care what the players getting paid, but he
It
know
used to be
he
illegal, but
know
is it
exactly
legal
what he
now?
needs. Huh?
Is
Yes,
it
yes.
legal now for them to receive
Yeah.
money from the
Yep.
school?
Yep.
Wow.
Not from the school, but well, the school has certain things. You remember when Coach Prime said that they get vouchers for housing? They get vouchers for housing and a little bit of
Cafeteria.
living sites. So they
Yeah.
get certain things from the school, but the money I'm talking about is separate from the school. I'm talking about boosters and people with big deep pockets coming in and like, listen, I want, you know, this player to come to school. We're gonna take care of you. And then the NIL deals is something separate. No, I'm talking about how Alabama and them be doing it. Like they have some rich alumni. Like, listen, we're gonna collectively come together. I think one player said, one coach said, I forget the name of the coach. I think he said to keep his trenches together, they keep his roster together intact and his trenches, it costs him $12 million a year, 12 to 15 million.
Well, that's
So
Alabama. Yeah.
you're not gonna
Guaranteed.
know how much these kids getting on the back end. But he said in total it costs him about 12 to 15 million dollars a year.
Okay. Can we go back to the offensive line real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, anything
All
y'all
right.
want.
Okay. Let's. I mean, everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody, but there's a few people out there who are stressing about these offensive line leaving, like jumping the portal, like
Mhm.
well, saying that we should keep some of them because we need some depth. No, I understand it's the first year. I know everybody trying to get continuity between the offensive line, but those players were. I mean, we were screaming at the television. How many of us were screaming at the television about this offensive line? So why is some of us being well, I'm getting scared because they're leaving now? Who's getting
Because
scared because what?
some of them, like now, Van Wells has been there for 2 years. Tank has been there longer. They become fan favorites out there locally. So some of the fans are not. They're gonna be sad that they're leaving. So it happens. You're gonna have people say, "Oh, I don't want them to leave." I think they're gonna be fine. They sometimes you just need a change. They decide to leave on their own. This is what I'm getting from looking on the outside in, right? They said that they talked it over with their family and they decided that they want to move on. So that was a decision they made. But I'm pretty sure I don't know. See, I don't know what was told to them. We don't know.
I think the
Like I don't
decision
know
was
if
made.
someone told them that it's not working out. But
I,
when I saw Van Wells comment, he said that he talked it over with his family, and after talking over his family, he thought it was the best thing to do is to move on, hit the transfer portal.
well,
So it's just a decision he made.
I can believe that because they were on television like at least 6 games, and the
Hmm.
world recognized how insufficient that line was, and everyone knew their names. So it was time to leave because now they have a reputation of not being able to block. What do you think?
That'll be race if they go to another team and dominate.
Well, that has yet to be seen. But if you've been there
Right.
for several years, how? I mean, well, the last coaches didn't teach him how to block. I
They didn't
can't. You
have that
can't.
problem last year. They didn't have that many sacks like as they did this year.
What they didn't have the same offensive line either, because I know Warbo's a couple of people himself, right?
Yeah, I mean they had Van Wells. Tank started a few games here and there. They did lose some for graduating, stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I can understand, but even the experience they did have, and they did choose to stay and go against the Louis Luggage, quote unquote. Um, it wouldn't be wise for these guys to say, you know what, I'm not just going to block for this type of quarterback, because that's some of the sayings out there right now.
See,
I'm not
that's
going
hard to prove, though.
right.
It's
That's what I'm
hard to
saying.
prove that
There were a
that's
lot of
what they
people
did.
saying that because
Yeah.
look at Staub. Staub only got sacked twice the entire game against what was that? Not Washington, but Arizona. What was the last game? I can't forget. Utah. He got barely touched, let alone sacked.
He also had a very quick release.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think that this is my personal opinion about Ryan Staub. I was actually the first time we saw him when he got into the game, which was the previous game before Utah. He was terrible. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right.
He was like, this is a clown. Like, you should have put me in the game. But the second time he did a 180. He was much better. What I noticed was he was the king of the quick release. He had that ball out of his hands like that. So even if they wanted to sack him, they couldn't, because he was just he just threw that ball out. He got that ball. Versus with Shador, if you notice, I'm sorry, everybody, he holds on the ball too long. You listen, I don't care what anybody says. I feel like people, you got to stop making excuses for Shador. If I know
What excuses? What excuses?
It's the whole like, oh, the O line is terrible. The O line is trash.
So
yes, they are bad. Hold on, let me finish. Yes, the O line is bad. I agree with you. But if you know that as a quarterback, you need to be the king of the quick release. You don't have the opportunity to hold onto the ball as long as Shador was and get sacked. That's just how it is.
Now
that's
Shador,
play calling too, now, right? It's a play calling too, right?
Well, that's go ahead.
Yes.
Shador can release that ball fast. He has a Rolls Royce for an arm.
Right.
Yeah, he's very accurate. He's very fast with it. But there has been occasions where he even said it. Even Coach Prime even said it. He held on to the ball, but we don't know why, though. He's never really explained it. Like, they never really got into, was it a breakdown on the play? Was it this? Because we're not seeing what he see on the field. So he never really gave a reason for it. Maybe there's some type of reason for it, a play calling or something like that. Or maybe the play broke down or whatever the case is. I don't know. But as far as him releasing the ball, yeah, he can release that thing. He can hum that thing when he wants to. He definitely
I think the OC made the adjustments for Staub, because when he got sacked once or twice, the plays had to change for him to get that ball out of his hand quickly. That's what I believe.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I want to stop right there, because you are right. And let's call that. The OC was allowed to make adjustments for Staub, because guess what? The last game, you know what we had? We had a running game. And when you have a running game, that means your offensive linemen don't have to work as hard. They're working. Don't get me wrong. They're working. But it takes a lot of pressure off of the O linemen, so they're able to block better for you. What was happening prior to Ryan Staub getting in the game was the play schemes were built around pass heavy, which means if I know you're going to have the same predictable play schemes, the defense on the opposite team, they're going to blitz a lot. They were blitzing us, which means that puts more pressure on the O line. And when you put more pressure, and you already have these O linemen, or our O linemen are not that great in the first place. So when you know it's going to happen, and you don't throw the ball quick enough, you're going to get a sack. So I mean, a lot I can say. There's a lot that I learned watching these 12 games. But I got to tell you, it's not everything. What bothers me about Coach Prime was yes, the O-line played like trash some games. They did. Look, I'm not even going to sit here and defend it.
Before 3 seconds, there was all in the backfield in 3 seconds.
but sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they did it, and when they didn't play like trash, Shador still held on the ball. Like, dude, you don't have 8-10 seconds to hold on to the ball. You just don't. And then, of course, when he
Hey
makes that,
Max, can you please drop the link in the chat again?
and then when
Yeah,
he makes
I'm
this, when
dropping it.
he does a snap thing, he has a tendency to like always run behind the pocket, which is another thing. So when he gets sacked, then we lose yardage. It's a mess.
You
Well,
know, it's
well,
he understands that at this level, because I remember his brother. I remember his brother had an interview one time, and Shiloh said it because he started off in the Power Five at South Carolina. He said the only difference is the linemen are faster, so the window of opportunity closes very quickly. So it's not like you got all the time in the world unless you Michael Penix. Like unless you got his line, or unless
Yeah,
you
it's
got what's
like,
the other
yeah,
line, the Alabama line,
right.
then yeah, you might have 5-6 seconds.
yeah.
But or you got the Notre Dame line, you might have it, but he was going through his progressions. He goes through his progressions and stuff, and then he gets that ball out. But it's something. Maybe it's something he got to
I,
work
I,
on.
I,
It's some. He's going into his senior campaign, so
I,
he's still
I,
got stuff to work on before he gets to the NFL. So
right. I believe once the defense coordinators see how fast his defensive line can penetrate our offensive line, there's no way the offense coordinator for us can say we can run the ball if the defense are already backfield. So even if he doesn't throw the ball, the defense is still penetrating the offensive line. So if he does give the ball to the running back, what yardage would you think he was going to get?
but
But they
I'm sorry.
but
Say that again. I'm
they
sorry. I
ran the
didn't.
ball though.
I was saying is if the defensive coordinator see that his defensive line
Yeah.
and edge rushers can penetrate the offensive line such with ease, which the young lady was saying that hey, um, they're blitzing every play. So if the defense coordinator see that offensive line is that timid to do that every play, there's no way we can run the ball because the running back was going to get anywhere. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well,
we did though in the Utah game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I disagree. I agree with you, brother. The thing is, even when you look at the last game, right? And Swab did good, right? We ain't gonna deny that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we do say, Shador should release the ball fast. He got a quick release. It's mentioned on ESPN, so we already know that, right? But the whole point when you look at both of the quarterback, the backups, and you look at the last team that the last quarterback played, because you must forget that, you know what I'm saying, he did throw that ball behind what's called head and like to knock his head out, right? So you got this same quarterback. He's not even quarterbacking against the first team defense, right? Everybody wasn't playing. Everybody was sick. Everybody on the other ball wasn't playing. Some was injured. Some would decide not to even opt out and play. You get what I'm saying? So we got to
Right.
look at that method too before we just actually pass judgment on Shador. And like I say, if you watch Shador from the time he started at Trinity, even in Jackson, right, that every year his numbers go up by 1,000 or two. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So pretty much he getting the feel of it. He gonna get it. He gonna clean it all up. You'll see it. But the whole point, you before we pass judgment on things that's going on, because I would like to see different things done too. But if you had to look at the overall picture, just looking at some things, right? And I'm not just going off of how I feel or how somebody else say anything, right? We have to look at the overall agenda of everything that's going on, because you got to look at everything with a bird's eye view. See what, like you say, he had to check every progression that they have. It ain't there. Dudes not running their route and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thing. So they drew up a good plan for Charles. They didn't know who they was playing it, because you got to understand too. Even if they defense were first defense, that's just like a new quarterback. They don't know what plays he gonna run, how they gonna react. You know what I'm saying, to them. So I think what I'm saying, we ought to hold Shador to a high. He could have done better, but I think he did good for what he had that was surrounding.
Right. I do believe that because hey, He's playing in the Power Five now. He's not playing in HBCU schools. Everybody think it's a big, giant leap of mankind from the HBCU to Power Five. Now, listen, I know Shadur has things to work on, and this first year, I'm sure he knew. I mean, I got to work on a lot of stuff. He admitted that's what I love about this dude. This dude get on television and tell you everything that went wrong without stuttering. He wasn't shy about. He wasn't making excuses. If you listen to him talk from an HBCU quarterback to Power Five, he is not lying to anybody. He's not trying to push the. He's never blamed his offensive line. He never blamed anybody. He just said we got to get what better, right?
Right.
So I know every quarterback is not everybody's cup of tea, but you look at this young dude who just stepped into Power Five and was able to throw over 3,000 yards with all the stuff he had going on that football field. I mean, my first look for this year, even though the record is the record, and he's not the only, he's not the only one playing the field. I think he did an outstanding job. Yes, it's time to look at what everything he's done wrong this year and work on it. And definitely we need a great number two backup, despite all the people decommitting and the whole rubber break. As you know, everybody's going to talk about Prime anyway. These guys decommitted left and right, and I cannot wait till next week because I want to see what
Yeah,
everybody has to say next
Oh
week.
yeah, that's where the news is coming.
yeah, they decommitted because
Yeah.
Max and Tim, y'all. If you look at the decommission, right?
Hmm.
Them boys ain't stupid. They see what's coming in. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like shit, like certain football players that come to that school to say they're gonna join, they know who gonna sign up before they even get there. I'm talking about the players. They already know who signed, they just ain't mentioning that right. They were like, damn, this dude coming in, he gonna take my spot because he better than me. Someone just going and tap out and being pushed out that way, better recruitment. You know what I'm saying? Better
Right.
recruits. What status they had at the other school when they were playing that. And you know what I'm saying? That I think that's a good thing that he getting them juniors that's already ready to go. You know what I'm saying? They can go in and by command and get it done. You know what I'm saying? So it won't take much development with them. They just had to tweak certain things. And you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of interested to see what's gonna be the offensive what I'm saying, that coach right there dealing with the what I'm saying, the position coach that help with these guys and get them on part. And I think that guy from you know uh that good offensive coach is gonna come in and step in, that black guy that took over.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? That'll
Yeah.
take over that
Yeah,
boy.
Byron
This,
Leftwich, something like that.
no. This is position coach, the offensive line. If he take over, I wish Boyle could go on and tear his ass somewhere else. Give my language, because he holding up project. You know what I'm saying? He really is. I mean, to me, I got my own theory. I think they what I'm saying, overthrew, undermined Coach Prime. There's a lot of that was going on because of the culture that he had with the players. They want traditional way. They want their traditional way of doing things. As far as O'Board and what I'm saying, the offensive coordinator, Sean. You get what I'm saying? So there was a different type feel on how they was really did certain things. You see what I'm saying? So it just adapting and changing. So they weren't well adapting with that. So
Yeah, I was just browsing through this transfer portal. This is not even it yet. A lot of the players are going to be entering next week, and it's going to be the floodgates open, especially after this playoffs and stuff is done. You're going to
Right.
start to see some other big names enter after the playoffs is done, and we're going to see. But
Can I
one
ask a question
thing
to?
that they have, like I said before, one thing that they have at their advantage right now is that they get to work on this early as opposed to last year.
Right.
So that's the good thing. And he knows he must got some word because he said that a lot of commits was already calling.
Right.
So they could have been calling and saying, listen, these are what my intentions are. After the season over, I do want to play there. So he already I honestly believe he already have a list already of people they already talked to. And He said he knows what he needs, and he already know what's leaving and what he's going to have, because he said he have about 85% coming back. So he already got the foundation laid already with the players he have there, because he got some nice players there now. So he just needs to add to it. He just need to add to it, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's definitely gonna be an interesting off season. I'm happy to be following it, because it's exciting. You know, it's like building a team. You know, like
Right.
trying to get to a bowl game. It's like it's exciting to watch the process. You know, I like the process of it. You know, like, okay, the transactions, you know, okay, we got this player coming, or this player, you know, I like that part.
What do you guys, including the ladies? I'm sorry. What do you think about the 40-40-20? Do you think that is going to pay dividends in over the years, or should he just grab the young men out of high school and develop them for 4 years?
I like that formula, because he needs a certain amount of experience. And, you know, you do need the freshmen too to develop. So, yeah, I like that formula.
Yeah, that is that formula right now, and I agree with. I like it too. And you gotta forget that Coach Prime don't have long. He ain't producing no winning season, and you never know. You know what I'm saying on that factor. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He producing with the the economic part, but the foundational part, which is the football team. Now I've been reading how like that interview that he did with with that Sports Illustrated. Is I'm saying it right? I was listening to people talking about that. You know what I'm saying, as far as the economic impact that he had on the you know what I'm saying the school,
Right.
and also with that county. You know what I'm saying? So, but the foundation is football. They about ready to get rid of that football team because they won't produce enough wins to justify pulling any other revenue within that team. So I
Yep.
think Coach Prime needed when he solidified that win, because you gotta understand they don't take away
There's
that
never been a better time to get away.
they don't
With a great deal on the
they don't
Hyundai you've always wanted.
Oh,
It's
sorry
your
about
journey.
Sorry about that.
Okay, you good? Okay. Ladies, what you think about it?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
mean,
thought I was talking.
Oh,
I
I'm
was on
sorry.
mute.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry,
no.
man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was saying I was on mute the whole time. But what I was saying, he's a melanated man, right? And he ain't got they ain't gonna get him long. It's just up in the wind. That's why he say he gonna do what he can, because the fan only blown cold. You know what I'm saying. So that
right.
thing right here, he even understand that. That's why he got that win now thing, because he want to
Well,
produce that. And he is the man of change.
I
And
tell you this right here. He keep bringing that money in like he ain't going nowhere. Like,
Right.
Oh, no,
Right.
no, no.
I
I'm
don't
gonna tell you
care how
something,
much
man.
you losing. Like you making all this money. Oh no.
Man,
Please
one in
stay.
11 be good every year. You bring that type of money in.
Yeah.
Hey, but that interview, right? And they were talking about that, how what I'm saying. They said they never had a black person come in and make so much an impact. You know what I'm saying, within the school and the community. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
also, even the black people that was already there, just like there's all the African studies, they didn't never thought that Coach Prime was gonna come in and come to because he was scheduled to do a certain thing and he still showed up. You see what I'm saying? So they said they had top hires that work for the school, professors and stuff like that, or even integrate, different studies in that school. Want
Mhm.
to talk to Coach Prime before they talk to them when they doing they interview. You know what I'm saying? They trial, for the job.
Yeah, I mean, he you interesting you bring that up. The economic impact he had on that city was tremendous. Businesses during the season, when the team is in town, businesses go up. After the game, people want to eat, hang out, party a little bit, especially after a win. So the economics went up. The school brought in a tremendous amount of revenue. They bring in a new jumbotron in the stadium. Oh, he ain't going nowhere. I don't care. I don't care if he win 4 games next year. If as long as the economics is he bringing the money, it's all good. Yeah,
They said
he'll stay
even
there. Well, look, I think he'll stay there as long as he want to stay there. You know,
they said
you got to
it.
remember he's not 37 years old.
Right.
You know, he's in his 50s, so he wants to win now. Because, like you said, you know, I'm in my 50s.
Yeah, you got
You know,
time.
I want to win now. So he wants to win now, but you know, they understand like that this is going to take a little bit of time. Like, okay, let's look at it in the 5-year timetable here. Um, we go up and up each year, right? Like that. But I know he's looking to win now, though. He wants to win, you know, so that's his thing. But as far as the economics and stuff, that's a A+. So he ain't going nowhere if he don't want to.
Also, I charge y'all people that have these YouTube channels, right? And I'm starting doing it myself. Started combating some of these people that putting that different kind of feel because people gotta understand that the the media, the freedom of press can persuade a person's mindset to do something different, a collective to do something different. And I think, when they come with a negative noise against co-crime and to be verified, not a thing. I think not, y'all need to push back on that because you got to understand, bro. These media outlets is no more of the game of actual media because people don't actually go look at them until they go to YouTube. And guess where they're getting that information from? From y'all.
Yes, but can I say something to that?
Yes, go ahead.
My concern is this: like, I was very, very coach because I didn't pay attention to football ever. I've never, even to this day, I've not even watched a full NFL game. But I've watched all of the games with Coach Prime since he's come to Colorado. I say my concern with Coach Prime is there's a multitude of things I'm worried about. One of those is his mouth. Um, Sometimes he speaks and says way too much.
You said
Like,
his
dude,
mouth.
yes, his mouth. He needs to put a filter sometimes on his mouth. Like, let me give you an example. I don't. Whenever he says what he says, because I take it for what it is, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't never have a problem with it. But I also can read the room. I'm also the type of person where I can read the room. If I say something and people don't take it very well, I can sense it. And then because he's got so much publicity and there's so much interest when he says things that, again, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it kind of like reverberates throughout this media echo chamber. It's coming back to bite him. Like when he threw the O line under the bus, I didn't have a problem with what he said when he said it because they were terrible. It was done after the UCLA game. They played terribly that game.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I gotta go get myself some new linemen if this doesn't get better. When he said it, I was like, yeah, you should, because they suck. But what happened was how it was received. It was like, oh my goodness, he's throwing the old lineman under the bus and yada yada yada. And then you have to understand the impact that can have on people recruiting for him. Because if I was a mother who had a child who was playing college football and who was an old lineman, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I would want my child to play for him. Because what if he's, I don't know, not having a good game, a good couple of games? I wouldn't want him to call my kid out in front of everybody like that. I don't
The
like.
whole the whole world the
Let me
whole
finish.
world was
Let me
watching
finish.
this.
Let me finish. I don't like seeing that in the workplace. If I'm in a workplace and there's always a toxic manager that gets off berating somebody in front of people, and I always feel bad about that for that person. I don't like seeing it, and that these kids are still in school and they're young. That hurts him. Even when he went off on Cormani McLean, when he was like, he doesn't go to this, he doesn't do this, he didn't. Again, I agreed with what he had to say, but I also understand that just like in an HR situation, a workplace situation, you don't go and tell everybody in the company what somebody has done. That's between HR and that person. I feel he needs to have that filter. I think and I believe it impacts him negatively when he does things like that. That hurts him. That hurts his leadership. Go ahead.
So if you have a product on the field that everyone can see, and it doesn't take the coach himself to say this because everybody's looking at them, right? And everybody's judging, particularly a coach prime coach team, right? So if they are, I mean, the first 3 games, nobody paid attention to it because they was coming out victoriously, right? Now, when they start losing game after game after game, and Shador to Travis was getting, everybody was getting looked at. Shador had some bad games. Travis had some bad games, especially against Stanford, right? Uh, Now, it doesn't take the coach. I mean, the coach see what's going on, like the players on the sidelines see what's going on, as well as the viewers on television see what's going on. So, if everybody on the internet are saying that the offensive line or that quarterback is trash, what is the big difference? What's the difference between the coach who listening have to listen to all of it, i.e., seeing it during watching film? Why? I mean, why can he already say what everybody already knows?
Yeah,
How
I
how,
agree
how
with
is
you.
that?
I
And
like there's a part
and
of me.
these
I
are
agree with you. They
hold
suck.
on. Let,
They
let
were
me let me
trash.
just let me finish. And these guys going to transition over the NFL. Is going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, it's
They
10
they they
times
they
worse
they
there.
gonna they have to be men, and that's what he's saying is he's not going to sugarcoat because the world is not sugarcoating because they're watching it on television. So why is everybody pointing at the coach when everybody see the players getting thrashed on the football field? That's what I got.
I agree with you. Like when he said what he said, I didn't have a problem with it in that moment. I'm like, yeah, because they just like you said, I have eyes. I saw it. I mean, you had to have lived under a rock to not have seen it. But I would have said I think it's about and I do think it's about diplomacy. And you're right. You do have other coaches in the NFL and college football who do talk, who do say things, but they're also a little bit more, in my opinion, more diplomatic about it. And I just think that I'm telling you now, that is having an impact on his ability to recruit. Because just as much as you may not have a problem with it, not every as a mother, if I was a mom to a child in that situation, I would not send my child there, especially if I know my child needs to go someplace where they're going to be they're going to need development and they're going to need coaching, because even though the O line played like trash, it's not all on the O line. We have to look at the coaches. I think
You
that
wouldn't
people
you
are,
wouldn't send him to Alabama either.
You
No,
sure you sure you
that's
would?
why
You don't know how Nick Saban get down when he chew a player out.
I'm
Oh
saying
no.
a couple
well,
of them college coaches went on TV and you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna start with that. You know, I wouldn't want you to send your son to my school neither because he don't want to listen. He ain't gonna try to listen. He always gonna find fault in somebody else but himself, and he ain't gonna be a perfect fit.
Now I get what you're saying as far as like maybe he shouldn't have called out the O line, but players get chewed out all the time. It's usually they used to it. They know how to deal with it. Like they listen to really what the coach is saying. I remember Nick Saban got at his quarterback one time, and he really gave him an earful. He was up in the kid's face. He grabbed him. This was during a game. So it happens, it that's a part of it, you know what I'm saying? But at that level, if your kid is going to a certain school, you got to expect that. You got to expect that tough criticism. It's going to come. And you either rise to the occasion
or you
or
don't,
you hit the transfer portal.
Yeah,
right?
these kids got tightened up. Some of them getting paid, and some of them getting the NIL deals. They out there playing and ain't giving and producing. Just a prime example is just like money. Yeah, he a good player. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't living up to requirements of CU football team.
That's all.
Required of that man. You get what I'm saying? And by him being young, that guidance that he giving him, he's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look at also we gotta understand we all human because Coach Prime is so called celebrity what they call him, right? But at the same time, we all human as well. So yeah, I think he should have did certain things a certain way, but at the end of the day, it had to be the standard of the team. If the team don't fall with that standard, yeah, somebody got to be held accountable for that. And
Let
I
me
think
tell
the
you,
whole. Go ahead, bro.
if I was the offensive lineman and he called us out like that, I would have personally stood up in his practice and his, when he after he addressed the team, I'm like, Coach, I have to say something. I would like to apologize now what I'm getting ready to do to your defensive line. I'm getting ready to assault them, and it's courtesy of you, sir. I guarantee you I would have kept my spot because I would use it as motivation. I said I'm getting ready to put an assault on your defensive end. He's getting ready to get assaulted today, and it's going to be a couple of fights break out. And thank you, sir. And that probably would have motivated. I'm like, damn, I'm sitting up here slacking. I said I need to be in that film room. I need to be working on my technique. I need to have that warrior spirit. He probably would have brought it out of me because it's in you. It's like you have it in you. Like some players just need it to bring. Some players don't even know they got it. They need somebody to like. Sometimes you need to be chewed out, like for that to come out of you. You need to be chewed out.
Even I'm sorry, go ahead.
I agree. I'm kind of doing it publicly. That's all.
Hey man, we played football, right? Tim, you played football?
Yeah,
I did.
If we had that kind of thing that go in the locker room, even on the field, especially dealing with position coaches, right? And the players say, "Hey, I'm not getting this and development, this and that, and the third." Should the leaders and dogs got with the head coach and set them down and had a meeting with them? Do you think that went on? Because it's a lot of stuff that went on that we don't even know about.
Yeah, I have no idea what went on behind
It was more
the
than
scenes.
just leaders.
But would you have done that if it wasn't done?
Yeah, it was though, because you especially in those position rooms, you got to express what's going on to order to fix it. If you listen, everybody wants to play. See, and that's the thing about Colorado. Everybody come there. I don't know what the guys was promised, but I know promising money. That's what I do know. But I don't know what else went on in there. And I know what's his name? Kamani was talking about politics and blah blah blah. But everybody's crying about him playing, but he get in the game. What happened? Was Prime right or wrong?
He
But
did
he
pretty
ain't
good.
asked for that. Come on,
He did pretty good.
I know. Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying is, I know Kamani didn't ask for it. But Kamani is a big name in Florida. Everybody wanted to see him play. He's a 5-star. Everybody wanted to see. I'm not blaming the young man on his skills. What I'm saying is, like anything else, the fans want to see what they want to see, and the fans want to know why. And Prom did not give them anything initially.
That's
But
his
eventually,
PR. That's his
right,
public relations. He ain't
right.
know how to answer questions when he first got there. He got to
Possibly,
get comfortable, and he learned
yes.
how to.
Right. So, but then he came forward and said what Kamani was not doing, and then everybody got mad because of it, right?
Right.
So, and then before you know it, Kamani is playing, and that first game he was in, the Brown was trying to protect this young man from being called names, and everybody seen Kamani start getting burned. They start calling him what? Trash, right? Immediately.
That was facts.
And he had to take him out. He had to take him out to save them because this guy, I mean, Kamani is a good player. He needs to be developed, like we all keep saying, development. But
Who was calling him trash? He's not trash. Who's calling him that?
well,
Nah,
I'm
it was
saying on the internet.
the haters throughout
Oh,
the
that's the
season.
internet.
The haters
Yeah,
throughout the
he's
season.
not
But
trash.
no, he's not nowhere he's trash.
That was
What I'm
never
saying,
my take
what
on
I'm
him.
saying
That
is,
was never my take
once
on him. I ain't
they
never like no slander on him.
once they got
I
him
know,
in the
right?
game, though, once they got into the game, they thought he was going to be some kind of Travis Hunter like, that.
Exactly.
So, but when he got burnt with those cross routes, time and time again, then he ain't. You know how we are watching sports. Everybody quick to judge, right? If you're not scoring every touchdown or making 40-yard passes, you're what? Trash, right? That's just a common name. I'm not saying the young man is trash, but we're looking for the unthinkable from these young kids who just got out of high school, and we want to see him play so bad and get out there and he get burned a couple of times. Then now we start putting these terms on him.
Yeah,
Anybody know what I'm
he'll
saying?
be all right. He got a whole year under his belt. He's gonna have the whole off season to work out. He'll be with the team, so he'll be that much stronger his sophomore year. Then he got his junior year too. So he just graduated high school, so give him a little bit of time. But I know a lot of people get burnt on them slant routes. Them slant. That's how Wes Welker made his money. on them slant routes. Like that's a very hard thing to guard, but some people can do it. I mean, you gotta, but I thought he did pretty well when he got in Kermani. I know you got the chatter out there. I mean, people are gonna talk.
It really
I thought
matters
he
with
did
your
okay.
coaches, man. You see what Saban doing with his defensive back, his cornerbacks or whatever. He really sit down and teach them folks. He really sit down and develop them. Them plays they made tonight against Georgia, I guarantee them the same ones that's gonna be them highlights of his game that he talk about them players did right. He
Yeah,
actually,
Nick Saban.
you
Wasn't
gotta
he a
understand
cornerback?
it.
He
You
used to play
feel me?
cornerback, right?
Huh?
Wasn't he a cornerback?
He played yeah.
Yeah, when he played, yeah.
I ain't watching, but I did do my
Oh
research
yeah, that
on
was before our time, but
and I be seeing who he got on his team and how they actually be working together. The chemistry they got on their team, right? It's gonna
right.
take Prime some time to get it together, but I, I I'm just saying what I
Well,
seen with Carmani this year. It wasn't a whole lot of development. It was
Right.
he got thrown out there.
Yep.
right.
Right.
It take
Yeah,
time. You're right about that. It take time to get like how Nick Saban got his, the whole system down. That take time, but he'll get it there.
Yeah, those guys at Alabama sit down for 2.5 years
Them
and wait
boys
their
played
turn.
good, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Oh
there at the
man,
school
they
waiting
get
their turn.
off.
How about the
Wait,
freshmen? You see the freshmen out there? Caleb
Yeah,
Down?
yeah. And you know what? I kind of wish they. I think the position coach, right? And I'm gonna talk about the cornerback coach too, the linebacker coach. They could have done better with that. They playing a lot of musical chairs with the guy, and then to be honest though, just one of your strongest cornerbacks sitting on the bench. It kind of had me sitting thinking sideways, looking side eye on that issues. I'm talking about Cooper, right? And you know what I'm saying? I don't know what went on with that. I'm just saying, what I visualized just watching the game throughout the game. They played a lot of musical chairs with them guys, with the linebackers in the you know what I'm saying, the secondary. And I think they should have found they set one with one and every so often, bring them in, to give them a breather, whatnot. But I think they need to do better with that. And I think it's going to, come to that. But I think Kamani missing a lot of development for as, his freshman year, just like you say, this he gonna be a stronger this year, because he came in the fall damn near this time. So I think he gonna do good. But the position coaching, man, I don't know. I think they kind of fell prime on that issue too. Just not playing too much, paying close attention to the guys they play with.
Yeah, he
but
definitely
but did,
gonna be all right.
but did we hear? Now I just say this. Did we hear Coach Prime say, if we put you in this game, if you're not doing your job, we putting the next man up? Because
Yeah.
he said it all the time.
That's
If
facts.
you play all week and now I thought you was Tarzan, but you ended up a Jamie on the field, you coming out
But
the game.
listen, but listen, how many more next men up if you ain't using no tight ends or no running backs
Yeah, that's
But
true.
can you
Now,
say that? Can you say that with Cooper though, Tim? With Cooper?
the whole year?
Know what I'm saying? Can you say that with Cooper that he wasn't doing his job? I mean,
I'm saying like when he got in, he showed that he was smooth or whatever. But come on now, we got a whole team that was not being used. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there were some players he should have played over others, because that was another thing that I had an issue with was player placement. I think that they had some other players that should have seemed to feel more and didn't. And for the person that says, "Oh yeah, if he put you in the game and you didn't play good, he took you out," not really, because until this player went off on Coach Prime, he was still playing, and that player was Carter Stoutmeyer. Remember he was in the Stanford game and he was playing terrible all that game, and he played
That's when
terrible.
he got beat like back to back, back to back.
Yeah,
That's
he
when
Yeah,
he
got
got
beat
benched.
right,
back to
but
back.
a lot of the players played too, and they was just like number four. He went out there. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I guess he thought if he just blow on the person, he'll fall down.
right,
I didn't get it.
and
You
he
know
was
what I'm saying?
hurt,
Some of them
and
didn't
he was
produce,
hurt.
right? Right.
I
Some
mean,
of them didn't produce either.
right. So, and that's what I'm saying is, I mean, I don't know. We I guess I'm gonna watch this thing on Prime too, and see
Yeah, right.
what happened in the background,
Season, right?
because everybody's trying to understand is you have all these great players on the sideline, and barely none of them got in the field. Now, Prime let his coaches coach. We know that, right?
Right.
So the running back coach, the tight end coaches, because
Obsolete.
we didn't see any. We only saw one tight end, and he wasn't big enough to be on the line to block. You saw how small that boy is compared to the offensive lineman.
You talking
I
about
mean,
Michael?
defensive lineman. Yeah, I mean he can catch, but how
And they didn't utilize him like they were supposed to.
talk to
As
me?
many times as they were supposed to.
Yeah, you remember when they did use him, he caught all those passes.
Yeah,
So he was
he was
effective.
coming in clutch. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
he
was like,
came in
who is
clutch.
he? And then he caught my attention. Then never again. He got sent to the banishment, to the gulag. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, man,
Right,
that's true. Yeah, and then somebody said, but yeah, Bishop Thomas broke his hand. Yeah, they
right.
were
He broke his
banged
hand.
up this year too.
Yeah, and that's lack of depth as well. So everybody said we have all these people, but I swear I want to know what happened with all these other, even with Stoudemire. Is Stoudemire getting beat down? I mean, didn't score consistently. What's his name? Was it the cornerback? I forget his name. We just been talking about
Amani.
him.
Altmaier,
I mean,
Stoudemire, yeah, Stoudemire.
he got a beat a
Even
few times, but he did all
yeah,
right.
but even as he was getting exposed, let's say that they never took him out of the game. So where was the depth in that?
Exactly. Thank you.
Let me see.
And the
Who
yeah.
did
only
they
reason
have
why,
to
only
replace
reason why
him?
they
Hey.
Because
stopped
Travis
playing
was
when it
out.
went off. You
Let
know what
me
I said? The
see.
only reason why they stopped playing Carter Stoudemire is because he like went off on Coach Prime and a couple other coaches during the Stanford game, and because of it, you haven't seen him since. You haven't seen him play since.
I
But
ain't
prior to
seen
that, he was
Buzz.
a hot mess.
He
They
was
kept
on
he,
special teams.
Yeah, I
well,
ain't
whatever
seen him
team he was
since.
on, he. They were playing the entire
No, I'm
game.
saying he did play after that. He was on special teams.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was
I had to
doing what?
catch
Hmm
him.
Trying to make a tackle.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, I
on
had to
special
catch him
teams.
like they tried doing Smoke. Hey, you gotta catch him. If he don't pop out, hey,
Now,
that's what they tried doing
Was Smoke
Smoke.
hurt this year?
You said
You know,
smoke.
Yeah, was he hurt? Was he
You know
rehabbing
what?
this
I
year?
don't know. I don't think he was.
they put him on special teams, and they say
Yeah,
he
he was
gonna
on
make the
special
league
teams.
all special teams.
He was on
I was
special teams
I was
this
kind of
year.
confused. The Smoke wasn't
Well, he
hurt
had
all
a chance
season.
to make it. I ain't gonna say they said he had a chance to make it if he show out on special teams, and they threw him on special teams.
Wow,
He did good on special teams though.
he did. He did.
Yeah.
Right. That
I mean,
boy.
everybody says he's a running back. He's a running back. Why? I mean, just imagine Smoke in the backfield, and the offensive line can hold a bucket of water, and trying to maneuver his way through a defense like UCLA. Just imagine that.
Or imagine being able to run routes like you need to.
True. I'm with you
So
on
what
that.
y'all think? My question, y'all, is what do y'all think is are they going to be able to win in this transfer portal? What do y'all think? How y'all think that's going to go?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they have some players right now that's already committed to you don't know about.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And I think, like I say, I'm banking on CU to handle their business. I ain't gonna say how many wins they're gonna have, but they gonna win big because you got to look. You got to look at the. You got to look at the how Coach Prime during this time of coaching, how he elevated the team to putting where it's supposed to be. And I think gonna be some important changes being moving maneuver around to fit that.
Mhm.
Their official schedule didn't come out yet, right? For next year, I
I think
can't.
they already did.
Yeah, it did.
I saw a few games, but so the
Yeah,
entire
it did.
schedule is out.
Couple. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I gotta take a look at that one. Yeah, I definitely gotta take a look at that.
I
But Skip, what you think about the transfer portal?
Uh, I mean, unless they grab, I don't know, they could grab people from anywhere around the country. It depends on who hop in the transfer portal. But I'm out here Midwest with it, so I'm a Michigan fan. I've been telling people go ahead, they better go ahead and try to grab some of them boys up out of MSU. Because MSU basically got
Yeah,
bones right now, and it's basically collapsing.
I agree
So
with you. They do have some players there that that have some experience and they can grab. You're right about that. Michigan State, there's another team too that lost a coach.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of teams, but I
Yeah.
was saying, like, if they don't try to grab any of these people who got any of these programs who actual programs are collapsing in front of our faces right now, and you know they players are trying to scramble,
Right.
you know, it makes sense. But if they ain't capitalizing off that, I don't know what they doing.
Do they play Texas A&M this year?
I don't even know. I don't keep up
No.
with them like that, but I've been peeping them what's been going on with their whole franchise,
I think
basically.
they do. I think they do once on that schedule. I don't have read it for me, but I think they do.
They definitely got to have them trenches ready. Definitely.
Yeah, they better go ahead and get at everybody who programs are in turmoil right now.
Yep.
Right. I don't think they're gonna get the first or second string, but them thirds or somewhere
Mhm.
in the area.
They got some
Unless
They
people
need,
who ready on them thirds too.
right, right,
yeah.
man. That's the ones who want to play now. If they're paying attention to Colorado and them boys don't want to wait another year, if they're 4 or 5 like they are, and they want to play now, I would highly recommend them to go to Colorado to get that TV time because they are going to be looked at hard.
Like if there's some other people around the country, I don't see it really popping off that good. But if it's some people like, you know, them big boys who teams ain't really got no future right now.
Right. Yeah, they definitely they I'm sure they know that they're gonna be looking at some people.
I want to look at skill set. I'll be focused
They
on
gotta want to play
offensive
for
defensive line.
Boulder. They gotta want to play for Prime. They, you know, that's what Prime whole speaking point is. So
Right.
you know they got to give in to that. They got to buy into that. And you
Right.
know they young guys at that point in time anyway. So you know
Yeah, you
they
can.
got their family members around them talking about, hey, you want to take your cold ass out there in Boulder, or you know,
Hey, they better not go to Buffalo to get drafted though. You know.
hey. So it's
Oh,
real life
thank you,
tactics.
Slap. I'm sorry about that. I didn't see it at first. Thank you. You said fight on new defensive coordinator at USC. Yeah, I appreciate the donation, Slap. I just saw your comment. I was like, wait a minute, did I forget? But thank you for sending that. He said he got a new defensive coordinator at USC, of course. They got rid of the other one.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, like you said, they need I guess they probably already know, okay, we got some dogs up there at Michigan State. We're gonna be trying to go after. So because he already said that he has some recruits calling him. And he said they're really good where they're at right now with the people that called. So we'll see. Definitely. We'll probably know when the news come out eventually, whenever
You
that
feel
decides.
me? Because they got a whole roster basically sitting, trying to figure out what's their next move over there.
Right. So yeah, man, he got their recruiting staff, they making their money right now.
That's the only shine and hope I see for y'all other than that. But I'm sure y'all got other people around the country who gonna probably commit. But I know it's looking crazy right now.
Yeah, see, I was saying also, like, can they get some stars to come over there? Like somebody that's a sophomore, they're not going to the NFL right now because they got to wait another year, but they
Yep.
already proven. Can they get some of them?
But that's what I'm saying. The people who transferring over, can't they transfer over if they coaches would ever get fired?
Yeah, they can come.
So you got a whole bunch of that going on right now. But it matter if they want to take their ass over there to Boulder.
Yep.
It's a whole lot of that going on,
They got linebackers, everything else.
man.
Yeah, man. He said Prime might get 1 or 3 players that he wants in the portal.
1 and 3, man. You see how many people leaving, decommitting. You gonna need, bro. Do y'all see what's going on? Y'all gonna need, y'all gonna need a whole little trench, way more than a trench. Y'all gonna need a whole little army on y'all, for real, for
Well,
real.
well, you
Y'all,
got
cause
Colorado.
y'all really on the rebuilding. Y'all like, bro. Y'all done gutted everything. Y'all thought y'all was about to rebuild. Y'all had to gut some more. This ain't about to be that easy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
not
got
easy, but they gonna have they can do it if they put the grind in. The grind had to be put in. I'm sure they got a little bit of budget, fly some recruits in and stuff like that. They really got to put the grind in. They'll do it. If we'll see though. I'll say we'll see.
I
We'll see
mean,
what
yeah,
happens.
it's gonna be definitely interesting to
Yep,
see
it
how it
definitely
all
is. It's
pan
something to
out
talk about.
because
Mm-hmm.
y'all get them big boys up there and see what they could do. Shador might be, I know he leaving next year, but he might be all right next year, depending on what's going on. Everybody about to finish out their season right now.
Right.
I have a question about Shador. What do you guys think about his injury, his back fracture? How do you think that will factor in next year in terms of how he'll play? Whether that can mess his play up because he's
So is
worried
that
about.
100%? Because I had heard about it for a little while. Then I thought it was capped. Then I heard one little thing, but I don't know if that's official. Was that 100%? He got a back problem.
Yeah,
I
his
don't.
brother posted
Yeah.
on the video that it's a back fracture. He has a fracture in his
Problem.
back.
He at the Dallas Cowboy game. He was at some other game, walking around like he was fine. That
Man,
just,
he was walking around Washington like he was alright. He was. That's what I'm
yeah,
talking
man.
about.
That just they throw that out there to create a narrative, man. He
Man,
quit.
that's
He
what I'm
quit on
talking
them.
about, bro. Bro, I'm like, bro, this nigga walking around with a broke back. Where is these folks getting this from? But
If you got any kind of diagnosis with any kind of fracture, they gonna put you on bed rest for how long?
talking about he walking around fine, bro. Talking about
yeah,
what?
he'll have a brace to support his spine, so you don't have it.
But what's the nature of his injury again? Is it Let me see.
What?
Acute, acute fracture. That's what they
In his
said.
in his in his ribs, right?
No,
No,
in
It's
his
not
lower
his
back.
ribs. It's the back of his ribs. It's his ribs. That can heal up. It's his ribs, I
Oh, it's
think.
It's not
ribs
like
then.
it's not like sciatica, huh?
I mean, I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with him.
no, like his brother on the well off video said that he had a back fracture.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah,
No, I
but
didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. That's what
Yeah,
was
you
that
see Dion, you
brother
see Dion, you
posted
see
on his
Dion,
video.
you see Coach Prime let Bucky put it out, which is a secular guy, so he can lie. And Coach Prime try to
Facts.
say he don't tell no lie, so he let his son put it out with all that secular music. So it's on his head, not his head.
Well, I ain't see it, but all right, cause I'm like, bro, ain't anybody I know with a back problem ain't walk around chilling. They ain't walk around finding Daisy at all. They ain't
I
never
kind
walk
of
around.
saw him in that meeting one time. He was sitting kind of like on the side of the chair, so he was. I think he was hurt.
But we know he been hurt. He been getting hit all year, 60 times. You
52
bound to be
times.
hurt. Yeah, but that time when he went down, when he took that was I call that a Chris Rock and Will Smith episode. Ain't nobody hit that man. That man just flopped on the ground and then
Bro, I said
and
that was
got
not the
up.
hardest shit I ever seen at all. I said, man, he said this the last game of the season. I'm good.
I
But
think
that's just
Shador
me.
was
That's just
padding
me.
them
Y'all
stats.
ain't even
That's
gotta.
why.
Hey, don't even subscribe to what I'm saying, bro. I said, man, come on, bro. And then everybody try to go
Hey,
on
hold on
stars.
one
That's what
second.
I ain't
I
got.
don't know what's going on with Shua. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I don't know his doctor reports. Bucky the one said he had a back fracture. He did say that on the well off media. We're not making this up. Bucky
Yeah,
said that he had a small fracture in his back. We're not
right.
making that up. Bucky said that. You saying we well and I mean, come on. I don't know. He the one said he had a back fracture, and then people say he walking around at the games and stuff like that. I don't know. So if he had a back fracture, he had a back fracture. Y'all just want somebody to pick with right now. Well, I don't know what's wrong with the dude. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's all right though.
Listen, I know I ain't no Shadur hater. I say he going first round. I just don't like that he has negative yards rushing and he changes the play calling at the line and he holds on to the ball too long. That's my only beef. And he's not a real dual threat quarterback. For his daddy to be the one of the fastest players to ever play in the NFL, he looked like Tom Brady back there.
Let me say another thing about his injury. Now, I believe, because they said it's a small fracture, I believe it's the rib. So if it's his rib, yeah, he can go to the game. All you
Oh
got to do
yeah,
is
if it
take
was
some
real,
all they will
all
is
I
give you
was
some
hearing
pain
was he got a
medication.
broke
You can
back,
go
bro.
anywhere. Huh?
All I was hearing, he got a broke back. I'm like, where y'all hear
No, it's
this?
not like broke back like you think. It's like the rib back there, I believe Bucky said. That he
No,
got a
you just
small fracture back
clarified it.
there. Huh?
You just clarified it.
Yeah, I mean, he can take painkillers to go anywhere he want to go. So, like people say he was at the game and stuff like that. No, he don't
Man, I'm talking
necessarily got
about
to
how
be
the
in the bed.
fans was
He
making
probably
it seem like
lay a certain way, but he'll be able to walk around.
Right.
He got to sit a certain way sometime, but no, he should be good. That will clear up in a while. He just needs some rest. He'll be back training in no time. Like it's not like the injury Travis had was a little bit worse.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's bad when you can't critique somebody without being called a hater. But we'll watch Jerry Springer, or we'll watch ESPN, or we'll watch the news and let them infiltrate us with negativity and allow that to be a part of our life. But when we on here as a panel giving our input and being an analyst, we get called haters. Ain't that crazy? Like the urban community is so confused.
Man, this
Oh
should be
man, that ain't about it.
entertainment.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, people gonna, like, yeah, they could call you haters, but
it's celebrity Rorschach.
that happens
Yeah,
too.
I agree. It's a difference between critiquing and finding fault all the time. That's the thing.
Somebody said y'all not allowed to criticize the Sanders.
You ain't
I don't
put
know. I
Kenya
mean,
before that. You
I
tripping,
know
B?
I heard someone say that he faked the injury because he didn't want to play in the Utah game. I'm like, nah, he ain't faked that injury crying on the damn sidelines. He was crying. No, he got popped. And it was one game where he got really teed off on, right in the ribs. I saw it.
I mean,
This
yeah, you
guy,
just hit
he
what that ended up being 52 sacks right there.
yeah, he got
That took him
speared.
out.
It was one game he got speared. It was a perfect spear to his ribs. That was the I don't think that was the play he went out crying, but he kind of got up slow. But he also wear a pad too, but that wasn't helping though, the way he got speared.
I mean, you think about this whole season, bro. That was air game multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, he
I
took
want to
a
ask
lot of abuse.
the chat. Can anybody tell me the amendment, which is called freedom of speech? Don't Google it. Say it right now. Give me what amendment is.
Hey
Freedom
man,
of speech.
if you entertain that chat, bro, you gonna forever feed in the chat. You supposed to build
You
with the
can't,
people on the panel, man.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
people in the chat is allowed to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like some people think it's hate in the chat. No, I let people. Everybody not going to agree with us. You know what I'm saying? So we need that. We need some people not to agree. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter what we said on panel. We building on the panel. Let the chat be the chat. You know what I'm saying? You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
But we
Let the
need the
moderator
chat too. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, yeah. Let Max do that. Don't we can't do that, bro. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, but we need the chat. We like our chat over here. Like they say whatever in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like they get at me sometime. It's all right. Like you gonna nobody we talking sports. With sports, it's like the barbershop. Everybody not gonna agree. You know what I'm saying? It's like the barbershop right now. Just take it. This look at it as like the barbershop. It's just like a healthy distraction from what's going on in the world. There's a lot of craziness going on in the world. They got a serial killer in Los Angeles right now.
What?
So there's a lot of craziness going on. So this is I'm glad Prime came around because this is a really good distraction for me. It really was. So I appreciate him for that. But y'all crazy talking about Shador walking around at the game. He probably took some pain medicine. I don't know. Shador was out there politicking. You see what Jerry
Yeah,
Jones
yeah,
No,
said,
you
yeah,
right?
did
yeah,
see Shador. He was taking
Jerry
notes. I
Jones said,
feel
"How you
like he
like this
made that
stadium,
one
son?"
little trick play for them. He was taking notes. But that's what I
Look,
was saying. Like, he
look,
ain't look hurt.
Jerry Jones, like, how you like this stadium, son? How you like to come here and back up for Dak Prescott, son? How you like the possibilities? Yep. Bring your brother too. He was looking for
Yeah, bro, your daddy. Yeah, bro, your daddy.
Yeah, he
Was
was
Shiloh
looking for
there? Was Shiloh
no,
there?
no, he wasn't there, but Jerry Jones asked for him. I mean, he know them, since they
Yeah.
were kids. So, but yeah, that was pretty good. Like for Prime to go up there. But I saw how everybody received them. That was pretty good though. But
I
yeah,
can't wait. I can't wait till the Amazon Prime documentary come out so we can see what really happened because we all been speculating.
oh, the Prime show. Yeah, when is that? December 7th?
Yeah, it'll
Come
be
out.
coming out soon.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. December 7th, I believe it comes out.
But you already see the people that was part of the NIL, and they already showed like 9 players off the team, which they probably going to use as B rolls in the Amazon Prime, and then you ain't gonna see the people like Smoke. You probably ain't gonna see the people like Willie Gaines or Demore Kennedy. These are the guys that we wondering like what happened to Juju Mitchells and the Savelle Smalls. Like we want to know what
Oh
happened to these
yeah.
guys.
Nah, I wasn't gonna pay that no mind. But if you look at what that was crazy. I was just looking at the ratings on the 5-star ratings we had last year, right? So we only had like 4. What was it? We had a couple 4 5-stars, 4 stars, and we only used one. We had, who one 4-star was? It was Shador. Shador was a 4-star. We had a 5-star. You know who that was?
Who's that?
Y'all. I'm gonna let y'all just think about that. Who was the 5-star on our team?
On who team?
Colorado.
Like right now?
Yeah, the only 5-star we had, and we had like a couple 4-stars, but we ended up using
Travis.
one. Yep.
And Alejandro Mata.
Nah, I wasn't even gonna include him. But we had
But
like
he was considered a 5-star kicker coming out of high school, out of Buford. That's a good program. He was a 5-star.
I'm saying for like if you looked at the actual transfer portal, well, not even the actual roster
Mm-hmm.
and how many we got from the portal, they didn't consider Mata a fucking 5-star.
No, they didn't, but he was though.
Nah, they didn't consider him though. But I'm saying out of all the 4-stars that we had committed, the only 4-star who ended up basically playing was Shador. Out of like the 4 stars we had committed, the only 4-star that played was Shador. You know who was below that? Shiloh was a 3-star, and then above that, of course, was Travis. So
Yeah,
we had a
Travis was
whole
a 5-star.
team.
Mm-hmm.
We had a whole team full of stars that didn't even play.
Who else was a 4-star on that team?
We gotta
Mario.
go back. I gotta go back to the roster, but we could check this because I checked it a couple of days ago. I'm like, yo, this is absolutely
These stars go
ridiculous.
out the window when they get college.
Yeah,
Them
but
stars go out
Mario
the window when
Miller,
they
and
get
then
college.
you had the receiver that they transferred over to defense. What his name is? Number 18 on offense, but they changed his number to 37. He came in with Omari Miller. He was a top recruit too.
Oh, really?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a receiver. He was a freshman. What his name is?
I know. I tweaked.
Yeah, Hopkins.
Edwards.
Hopkins.
There you go.
He was a
Hopkins. Yeah,
4-star. Edwards was a
yeah.
4-star.
They didn't use him yet. You mean as far as wide receiver? They didn't use him yet. Maybe
No,
next
they
year.
put him on defense. They switched him on.
I mean, Jimmy was a 4-star.
Jimmy?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was considered a 4-star.
Yeah, they might use him next year if he coming back.
He is. But I'm talking about we only basically had like 3 players who was considered 4 stars or better who actually played.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about the games today? Y'all talked about that?
No, I was keeping it Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. What games did you? What Alabama and all that? What did you say?
I watched all of them, basically.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch all of them. I was getting some mods done, and
I watched Georgia and Alabama, and I watched Michigan.
oh, you saw those?
I watched both of them.
Who you think gonna win it all this year?
Michigan.
Michigan,
I
okay.
already know it. I got Michigan. But yeah, I watched Georgia. I thought I did have Georgia to beat Alabama. It ain't turned out how I wanted it to. But y'all seen it. Yeah. Nick Saban still about it. For sure. So it's all good. I still was rooting for Michigan regardless. Y'all see what we did to the Iowa. So it ain't no problem at all. I think we got Michigan to win this whole thing. I don't know about everybody else, but who y'all got?
I like the way, you know, it's a passing league, and the way Alabama is set up, if they get in, the way Georgia's set up, it'll be a good game to see Washington against one of those teams. Like Michigan can't really throw the ball; they can run the ball. So if you can stop the run and stop McCarthy, you really ain't got nothing with Michigan. They got a good defense, but I need Michigan to be more explosive.
You leaving
And
something
when I
out?
watch Washington, huh?
That kid from Washington in the zone right now. He's the Heisman
Yeah,
Trophy
that boy in
winner.
the zone,
Oh,
He
he
getting
man.
ready to
is.
win it. It's something about him. He's in the zone. He's
He
not
is in
getting
the
touched
zone.
at
I ain't gonna
all.
hold you up.
His offensive line is not allowing him to get touched at all. He's just literally just standing there, like doing what he have to do. Like I think they going for it this year. It's something about him, man.
Hey, I said I wouldn't be mad if we end up facing Michigan end up facing Washington, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
man. It's
mad at
something
that.
about him. He's just in a zone. He's literally in a zone. And it's not he hasn't left that zone in a few games. He's ready to go.
They were trying to predict Bo Nix to be up there for the Heisman, which is Bo Nix had, a lot of good stats, and his QBR was high. But you got to think these guys been
He
in
lost it.
college.
He lost the Heisman in his game though. When he
Yeah, but
lost
these
that game,
guys
he
been in
lost it.
college for 5 years, 6 years. They're supposed to be putting up those stats. Like when I
Nah, but
played
who
against,
y'all saying who gonna win it?
Michael
I
gonna
like
win it. He
Jaden
just took
Daniels.
it from him. He just
I
took it
like
when he won
Jaden
the
Daniels.
game. He took it from him.
I like Jaden Daniels. Ain't nobody can put up his kind of number.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good too. Yeah, he is. He's doing pretty good.
Hey,
Something about that Washington quarterback though, man.
hey, Max, did you go over the next year schedule yet?
I
Did you
didn't.
do
Nope.
do you want to do that? You want to pull that up and go through it?
Let's see.
Because the Big 12, they just got snubbed, so they're not gonna make the playoffs. And
They're
then
not
Texas
gonna
is
make the playoffs.
leaving. No, Texas is leaving and Oklahoma is leaving. So, you know, you really ain't got no really powerhouse teams over there like that no more.
Now we do have our first game is North Dakota State, and then we at Nebraska, then we at Colorado State, we at Arizona, and then Utah. No, Utah's a home game. That's in Folsom Field. Baylor's in Folsom Field. Oklahoma, Kansas State. We got UCF the last game. It's a pretty decent schedule here.
I
Let me
like that
see.
Kansas State.
One, two, three, four. Yeah, they definitely got to get their trenches together. We got to face Utah again, and Cam Rising should be back. We definitely got to have them trenches together by by the start of August, because the end of August is the first game.
You know, and you bring up that scenario. I was so mad watching the game because I thought Utah was going to lose that game because the way Colorado was playing with the last possession of the ball, and that Utah just came down there and marched the ball all the way down the field on that defense. I was so mad just watching that game.
I mean,
All
what
they had
you
to
want
do,
to
all they had to
do?
do was get off the field. All they had to do was get off the field and get an offense another chance.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
They ended up like resorting back to the same mode.
Did y'all touch on the subject about Nick Williams leaving?
Yeah. I think he's heading up to Donovan McNabb, old stomping ground, Syracuse.
Oh, Syracuse. Yeah, my homeboy from college, when we played out in Cali at JUCO, he transferred to Syracuse and he ended up getting drafted by the Green Bay Packers and ended up going, and then he didn't make the team with Green Bay, and then Indianapolis picked him up, and then some stuff happened in Indianapolis and he ended up playing in Canada. But Syracuse always been I like their whole program, from the basketball to football to, I just like their colors, because when I played in high school, our color was orange and blue. So
the orange.
I like the Qs, man.
Yeah, Donovan McNabb, old stomping grounds. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he do if he go up there. You know, he's a young coach. He's known throughout the, NCAAs with his recruiting. So he's known to be a good recruiter. So he's in demand. So he's just moving up. I could see him being a head coach one day. So he's on that fast track. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with him leaving.
So somebody in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be real quick. Can I say something about Nick Williams? You guys will really hate this, but I don't really care. He's a straight up hottie, real fine. So just from that perspective, I support whatever he does. I will say this: I don't know much about him, but anytime he would make an appearance and say whatever he had to say, he seemed very motivational. He seemed like he just had.
He's trying to keep it football here, but yeah, go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm not. Go ahead. Keep going.
You gotta hear earbox.
Yeah, he just seemed like he had himself together. He just
Nicole doing the same thing in the chat.
Yeah, he just seemed like he had himself together, like he was focused, and it just, I don't know, he just seemed laser sharp focus on the guys in terms of like making sure they were the best that they could be, and he could tell he was great at relating to the guys, especially when he got up in front of them one time and told them about a story about when he was in school and how somebody said, "You're never going to be anything, you're never going to do anything." And he used that as motivation to say, "Hey, I'll show you." But yeah, he's a good-looking, handsome guy, and I support him in every way.
Hey, there you go. So you and T. Nicole, y'all watching for other reasons.
Hey Sam, the reason why he's so energetic because he's a young coach. He comes from the urban community. He also is married with kids.
Yeah.
And he's the traditional backbone of America. When you track down the historical evidence of who built America, it was always the urban community, and he exemplifies what he's trying to do with these young men. He's trying to interject passion, joy, energy, enthusiasm, attention to detail. So we need more men that are young and urban to solidify their positions, because for a long time the men from the 80s and the 90s, we dropped the ball. You got guys in the late 90s that are starting to pick up the ball, because for a long time, coming out of the 70s, our parents, was doing their own thing. We call them hippies. And so when you got a guy like that that's focused and he's driven, like Coach Prime said when he first started, he wants his guys to move on to the next level of their life. He don't want them to clamor around him because I think Coach Prime don't like to stay in places too long. He get his things going and he sprinkles the ground, he fertiles the ground, and then he goes on about his business. And so for that guy to be up for a defensive coordinator job, that speaks highly of what Coach Prime speaked upon when he first started putting his whole coaching staff together.
But is he up for a defensive coordinator job, or I'm not sure what exactly he's going to?
No, he's going there. He's not going to leave to go to the same position when he's getting paid $500,000 a year. So he's going a step higher.
I'm not sure if they announced it yet. I'm not sure if they announced exactly what his position is.
No one has announced it, but the buzz is that he's being sought out there as a defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. Shoot, if he get that, that's nice. That's a step up. That's one step from head coach.
Right. And it's a step up in his pay.
I bet.
Yeah, because if you check Coach Kelly and Coach Sean Lewis contracts, they were getting paid $900,000.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. They got a $2.7 million contract for 3 years, 2 years. So those guys and all the position coaches was making $300,000, $320,000, $350,000 per season. So, when you go to Syracuse and that the rate of pay is higher in New York. So, he's coming from Colorado to New York. I would have took that job too, especially with all the scrutiny that's going on with the program, and you're going back to a hard nose, what they call it, hard hat and lunch pail school. You got to remember, Jim Brown, the greatest player of all time, to me, came from there.
Right, he came from South. Yeah, he played lacrosse there too. He's really good. But yeah, man, it's the news is gonna keep coming. I keep telling y'all, like, he's gonna be the talk of the town. Wait till the playoffs is over. He's really gonna be the talk of the town. That's just the way it's gonna be with Coach Prime. It's been like that since he got it's been like that since he got drafted to the Yankees at Florida State. And then when he got drafted into the league, it's always been that way. He's always been the talk. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is with him. He has something that is going to stay like that no matter how many games he wins. It's going to until he retires.
Mm-hmm. It's called charisma. He got charisma.
He got it.
Yeah. You can't take that from a man. That's God blessed him with that.
Yeah, man. He definitely got it, and especially the camera work they're doing, what his son is doing. That was a whole big major part of it as well. That turned into like a reality-based show, so that everything worked. The whole storyline got his kids up there. His daughter, she did well today in her basketball, so everything is working out. Yep, definitely like it.
I don't think a lot of people know Prime's story though, what he been through.
He talked about it.
Yeah, but I don't think people know that he ran his car off the cliff and God caught the car in the middle of the air and hung it on the side of the cliff, and he had to crawl up out of the car.
You said God caught the car in the air?
Yeah, so he was in it. So he was in his Lamborghini. And he was going through a situation with his wife, and his back was against the wall. He didn't know what to do, and he tried to, take his own life. And that was
he talked about that.
Yeah,
it was a different little get down though. It was a different little story though.
Yeah, I downplayed the story. I don't think a lot of his new age fans know that happened to him.
I mean, it ain't really up to them to figure out till they figure out. It's all God timing.
He had it in his he talked about it in one of his specials one time, or documentary. He talked about some of the challenges he went through with all the fame and stuff. He couldn't handle it. Yeah, he definitely talked about it. Then he found God and stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah. So when a lot of people say they want what he have, he has been like he's been through the fire. You know, it's like when you trying to create a sword. You know, you put the sword in the fire and then you bring it out and you beat it and you hammer it and you scope it and you sharpen it till it comes to this special sword that you want, you know. So a lot of people don't understand that, you know, you go through you highs and valleys and lows and peaks and to get to where you at, you know, it don't come like that. You know what I mean? Like we all want instant gratification right now, you know, but sometimes it takes time. And the way he's done his life for so long, he always was winning. He always set us up for success. So with this team not doing what we thought it was going to do, and the way he went out into the portal and tried to create a team, you know, I just would have felt that we would have kept a lot of things in house, you know.
Right.
Because that's what you know. I'm gonna give you an example. I was watching Alabama criticize Jalen Milroe for being the Alabama quarterback, and now 11 games later, he's on national TV crying because of how people make you feel. You know, and it's bad that we as a society we want to continue to hang people. We might not be hanging them with the noose like we used to, but we hanging them verbally. We're hanging them emotionally.
I'm gonna tell you something. When you get in the public eye, that comes with it. You gotta learn. You either
Hey,
gotta don't
yeah,
read the stuff, or don't listen to it, or turn your TV off, your internet off, or do what you gotta do.
I gotta add to that.
But
I
you
gotta
just
add to
can't
that
listen to it.
because if Prime could come up here and say what he said to his team, he could take whatever people saying about him on the internet,
Yeah, definitely.
flat out.
That don't bother him. The stuff people saying, that don't bother him. He can't. He's been in the spotlight too long for that to bother him. He's been in the media. He's been trained in the media. That stuff don't bother him. Like, it can't. Not at his age, and he's already retired. No, he already been through that already. So he know how to deal with it. But when you talking about the Alabama quarterback, when you're in the spotlight, that's something you got to learn to deal with. People gonna have their opinions of you, and do people are you gonna let people opinions define you or what? No, you just if you can't take it, just turn the internet off for a while and don't read the comments, stuff like that. There's plenty of things you can do, but when you're in the spotlight and stuff like that, you're gonna be under scrutiny. That's just the way it is. So, but y'all crazy in the comments. Like in the comments right now, the comments ain't no joke. Talking about people remixing the story, but y'all ain't right. The comments
Well,
is
I
but I like the
I'm
comments.
so why I say God caught the car, because
Yeah,
if
he
you in a
said you
Lamborghini,
remixing the story. They said
if you in a Lamborghini and you press a Lamborghini down to the pedal, you know a Lamborghini goes 60 seconds and 1.2 seconds, right?
dang.
How in the hell can you stop that car if you're trying to go off the cliff? Some intervention had to happen, people.
Bro, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate because I heard another story and he said he seen a policeman and they talked about it before he did whatever he about to do. So I'm gonna be devil's advocate. Say I'm gonna tell you my story I heard. I ain't heard
All you gotta
nobody
do is read his. All you gotta do is read his book. All you gotta do is read his book.
I'm saying I seen it on the interview that he said on YouTube though.
Nah, he went to backtracking. He put the
I
stuff
ain't
out in the book
backtracking.
at
I'm saying
first.
what I seen though.
No, not you, not you. I'm saying him. You gotta listen. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh, you from out there?
He one of my hometown heroes. All right.
Did you grow up with him?
Nah, I'm a little younger than him. My uncle growed up with him.
Oh, okay. Because
But Prime was ran out of town because of some of the things he would do. Like he got his mama, and you know we come from a KKK town. This is predominantly ran by Edomites. But
I'm saying like that's bad place.
Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about that on here. I'm gonna like all that right there. That's for another conversation. You might want to come to another channel for that one. Yeah, we're gonna stay away from that over here.
Yeah, we can go.
The reason why I want to
days
do
and
that,
days
the
on
reason why I
days
want to
on
stay away from that, we just want to keep
everybody
it
populated
prime
at,
and sports
where
over here,
motherfuckers
man.
hated
I don't
it.
want to get into the racial politics and all that. I don't want to get into that. It's just so much going on in the world right now. This is like my healthy distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. But yeah, I appreciate what
I
you're
was
saying.
just trying to give you.
I appreciate what you're saying, but like, I just want to keep. We just like it's like a barbershop. We keep it sports over here, you know. But I get what you're saying.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been back to the city like that, you know.
Because I never heard him say that. Why I never heard that. So, you know, I don't want somebody to say I'm spreading misinformation.
No, I was gonna give you the scoop. I was gonna give you the scoop what happened. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. You know, people are watching. You don't know who's watching. They be like, "Oh, this guy up here spreading misinformation, talking about the KKK."
No, everything I do is factual.
You know, I don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Everything I do is factual. Everything I talk about gonna be facts. I can show you what on Google. Google got all the information. All you gotta do is research it, know the dates and times, and it's gonna pop up.
The main thing.
Yeah. You can keep the main thing, but
Jay just said it. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I don't mean it. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Well, was Sam still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What's up, Sam? Are you still looking up Nick Williams or?
Yeah, he is a beautiful man. I do have a dumb question though.
Hopefully, Nick, you ever hear that? You got a fan out there.
I will say this. So Alabama won tonight, and
they sure did.
Yeah. So Nick Saban said something about another game. Is there another game after this one?
Yeah, he got to play again. Mm-hmm.
So what? Because he won the SEC championship. So what happens now? What happens next? What's after this?
He won the SEC title. That's some big shit. You know who he beat?
Yeah, Georgia. But what? Yeah. He said something about we should be considered for something else. There's another game. What is it? What is another game after this?
He's talking about the playoffs.
Oh, so today wasn't the playoffs?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we getting ready to get into bowl season. We're not there yet. We're getting ready to be.
Oh, okay.
We're getting ready for it because they had to play all the division. We had to play all the conference titles, and then after that, there's a brief break, and then the teams get ready for their bowl games and stuff. So we getting ready for bowl season, and after New Year's, you have all the bigger bowls coming up.
Oh, so there's going to be more football games in the month of December that are bowls now. BOWLS.
Leading up into the new year, yeah.
And then after the new year, is there a championship bowl?
We got a final. We're gonna have the finals, and between that decides who wins it all.
Oh, okay.
It's a little different than it was years ago. Now they got a playoff structure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll Google this. I didn't know that. Okay. Wow, that's cool. Okay.
But see, Saban, he lost one game this year, so that's probably what he's talking about. Okay. They probably got him for that, but he did win the SEC, so.
Wow. So was he expected to win today?
I believe they were the underdogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That Jalen is something else, man. I like him.
Who?
That Jalen Milroe, he's something else.
Oh, okay. The quarterback, you like him too?
Yeah. I think he's really
like
good.
His play or you like him?
Oh God, no. He's just
I'm just asking.
I'll hold you up. I like to see him go against Michigan. If it come down to it, both them teams, that'll be what's worth it for me. I don't know about these other teams trying to compete. Nah, the rest of these teams looking scrubbish right now.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Wow.
See,
But
I don't see. Look at this. Well, where is he? See, look at this guy. This is a perfect example. We got Steve O in the comments. He been getting at me all day in the comments. I ain't studying him. I just let him, have fun. Like some people like come up and just do whatever. You just can't worry about the comments and stuff. I think it's hilarious. But guys, I don't want to hold up too much of your time. I'm getting ready to sign it off.
thank you
we
for
got to do it again, huh?
Yeah, thank you for the conversation. It's very informative. I listen to you almost daily.
Oh, you do?
So
I appreciate
yeah,
it.
I do. I love your videos, and I really like the video you had out today when the for Tank.
Big Tank, yeah.
Yeah, like I think you were the only video out there that was. No, I shouldn't say that. There were two others that were like John the Liquidator was pretty positive, and Prime to Life or whatever he was pretty positive.
Yeah.
But I really, really, really liked yours because you brought up some information about Tank that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I thought that I like how you defended him because you know what? I tell you, they were like going off on him on Twitter. They were like, bye, see ya. Whew, boy, they were cool. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you showed
Hey,
us.
yo, Max.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Skip?
Who you hope to see in the contender though?
Who I want to see in the finals?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see Washington and everybody else up in the air.
Okay, so yeah, Washington. All right,
It's
man.
going to be good
Got
though.
smooth
It's going to be a good competitive playoff though. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. But I appreciate y'all coming on. We got to do it again.
Absolutely.
Like if y'all ever want to come on, y'all know, just tell me to drop the link. Y'all welcome to come on at any time.
Sounds great. Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the conversation, man. Yeah, I do. I appreciate it. And hopefully, like I said, it's gonna be if some big news come out, we'll come back and talk about it again. Prime, he's back in Boulder. He's up to something. So we're gonna see what he's doing. We definitely gonna see.
Sounds good to me. Take care, everybody.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
He's fine.
Did y'all want to say some final words, or Big Worm or Sam? Okay. All right, y'all. I guess that's it. I will catch y'all some other time. Wait for Prime to come out. I don't know what he's conjuring up there. He's up to something. We just gonna have to wait and see. But it's good news though. Oh, I forgot to say he's Sportsman of the Year, right? Sports Illustrated. That was pretty dope. That's not the first time he's made it. Actually, he made it as a player. But that was pretty dope. He made that. Just to his contribution to football, it got it. Ticket sales and all that stuff went up, and just the overall excitement of it. That was why they did that. But it's crazy. Like people saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have won that." Nah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. His daughter got in the game today. She scored a 3-pointer. She was really excited about that. She got in there. I saw the highlights of it. And so she's back from her injury. She had broke her thumb, I believe, something like that. She back. On a side note, I think Angel Reese is back. LSU. I was thinking about doing another channel covering other sports, but Angel Reese is back. I remember her parents playing back in the day. That's how old I am. Damn. Her mother was nice, yo. Maryland, her mother was nice. Her dad played overseas too. I remember him playing. Angel Reese's parents played back in the 90s. Early, yeah. They played overseas too. But yeah, she's pretty good. She's back in action. I like her attitude though. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's animated. I like that. Who else? What else is going on? That's pretty much it. Bronny James is back. He been cleared at USC. So he got that situation handled. They were able to treat it. So that he's back in action. Yeah, man. Shador out there politicking at the Dallas game. Jerry Jones. Look, I wish I could play it, but it was this one scene, right? But Bucky, you know, he had it. Where Jerry Jones said, Prime, where's Shador? Where is Shiloh? He was asking for Shiloh too. He said, oh, something. And he said, where is Shador? So then Jerry Jones, he looked at him, he said, you guys know you coming here, right? I just kind of felt that. He like, we can use this excitement out here. Prime, think about the possibilities. And then his brother, I don't know if it was his brother showed up, Jerry Jones' brother. He said, hey, Prime, we can't wait for Shador to leave because he coming with us. The whole family. We, you know, bring Bucky, the camera, everything. We gonna bring excitement to Dallas. I could see them saying that. That was hilarious. That's the whole thing I was thinking about. And remember, don't act like I ain't tell y'all this before. I said he going somewhere and Prime going with him. But I'm not saying Prime is doing that, but that's what it looked like when Jerry Jones and his brother was looking at him. That was hilarious. I wish I could do a remix voiceover to it. He said, look here, this guy looked like he could be a top pick. Okay. Shador, how you like the stadium? How you like the possibilities? And I don't know where Dak is in his career right now. I don't know if he's at the point of retirement. I don't think he is, but he can spend a couple years under Dak Prescott, you know, to learn. You know, oh, that was his son that was there? That was his son? Okay. Wait a minute. Was that his son or his brother? I know what his son looked like. That wasn't his son. I'm talking about the older dude that was there too. I don't think that. Oh, that's his son. Okay. That's his son. Okay. He was like, yeah. And I saw how everybody was coming up to him, meeting him. Oh, yeah. I already see what's happening. Yeah. See, because he knows all of the attention that Prime and his brand brings. Oh, yeah. Just bring it to Dallas. Come on back home. You said Mata was there as well? I didn't know that, was he? Yeah. He said, yeah, Prime, come on home. You know, we gonna talk about it. Then Bucky muted it. So they were talking about something. Oh, I didn't know Mata was there. Okay. Mata making his rounds, you know. But yeah, I was like, okay. And then I'm looking at, okay, I gotta look at the see what the possibilities are and see where they can get Shador next year. You know, Jerry can make that happen. So don't be surprised if he try to pull some moves and get them Sanders boys in Dallas. And then, you know, I could see Bucky there documenting the whole thing and everything is just going to be lit again. And then next thing you know, we got another, nah, that's not going to happen. I don't know. I was just laughing because I was thinking about it. I said, look at him out there. But, you know, Prime did some things out in Dallas. You know, we all know it is well documented when he was a Cowboy. But that was cool that he went out there. But it looks like he's staying where he's at. I don't know. You say you thinking 6 wins or 7 next year? But anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, be safe out there. And yeah, man, I will see y'all again. All right, y'all. Peace.